Welcome to another episode of the Bastard Sermon. This is one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker,
Patrick Seta,
and Luke Young. Sorry I fucked that up. I'm handling fucking network business. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible host.
Big business over there.
Huge business. It's like Showtime Luke over here running fucking HBO from his phone and can't even remember to do his own goddamn podcast.
I'm fucking out here big dick strolling on screen. Let me alone.
and today we have on the great, the talented, the artistic, the beautiful Zack Gerke. What's up, motherfucker? Woo!
Yeah!
He's blushing.
Yeah.
He's blushing.
Thanks for joining
Dude,
us,
I'm
Zach.
awkward as fuck. Don't.
Why are you so fucking awkward?
Why you gotta
You're
call me
awkward
out?
and you come on our show,
Why do you gotta
motherfucker?
fucking call me out like that?
Dude, I'm gonna call you out this whole episode.
That's fine. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do it. But we want to start out with like a couple videos, just get everybody's fresh, since we can get into the shit. I found an unusual amount of poop walking videos. If you don't know what poop walking is if you're walking in a store, you take a shit in your drawers, and you let that sucker roll out your pant leg onto the ground.
Now wait, people that shit themselves, how do they know that their shits are gonna be fucking like just perfectly like little balls of marbles that aren't just gonna stick to the back of your pants like diarrhea?
Well, I mean, like honestly, because I've had beer butt plenty of times. Like
Beer butt.
beer butt, dude. It's like a shotgun blast.
Heavy mud butt in the morning. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Like you
The
never
mud
know.
butt.
Yeah.
The chocolate eruption.
It's like the Nati Splatties, PBR
Mud
butt.
snakes.
The Nati Splatties. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, 100%. I know what you're
I've
talking
never
about,
heard
Zach.
that.
You never know. Like you think it's gonna be a fart, and all of a sudden it's like surprise,
It's a shark.
shotgun.
Well, just shit in my shoes.
Natty Splatties is my new favorite.
I
Though.
like that a lot. Yeah, that's
Surprised
great.
you guys have never heard that.
That should be the name of the episode.
Natty Splatties.
Nati Splatties.
With Zack Gerke.
It was Zack Gerke. So,
So wait.
Let me
well,
write
here's
that
how they know.
down.
Okay, so first off, all right, if they're shitting their fucking pants, they obviously can't tell when the shit's coming. They have no fucking bowel movement control. So, I mean, that's it. Then they just feel that sucker lump in their ass, and they're like, well, someone's gonna fucking see this.
This is like a
I can't sit down with this.
It's a self-diagnosis of IBS.
Do they just walk around with cornstarch in their buttholes so that way it cakes together like those fucking like,
Like breading or something in it, so it coagulates.
Barf.
and then they can like ball it up in their pants real quick and just like let it slide down by letting loose of their fucking
Make poop sculptures.
drawers. So which one is the poop walker here? Is it the dude in the orange construction
So
vest?
who do you think this would be?
There's
okay,
two
so
people here.
this is like a store camera from the ceiling down in the aisle.
And of course they're
there's
in
a
the beer
woman,
section.
And then there's some guy in a construction outfit or jacket.
Reflective wear.
There you go.
Well, she looks like she's wearing boots. Like I feel like it's gonna get stuck in the boot. So I'm gonna,
I feel like it's the dude on the left.
it
I'm
has
going
to be.
dude. I'm going dude with
I'm gonna
that
say
fucking
dude.
hat with that little Rascals hat on.
He
Let's
looks
go
like he's
for
seen
it.
some
He
shit.
looks sneaky. You
He is
know.
sneaky. He's a scumbag.
He looks back.
Well, it's him.
He's behind this
Oh.
woman.
Oh, he rolled it. He did a little kick, and he's like, "All right, honey."
What the fuck?
Oh my God, there's three.
Oh, what the fuck?
Pause
I
this
didn't
shit.
see them scatter so quick.
Hold on, he had 3 fucking nuggets in there, dude.
No,
he had
there's
2
a
chicken
log-
tenders and a chicken
There's
nugget.
a 2-piece and a biscuit combo right there.
How does
alright?
it? What I don't understand is how does it travel so fast? Like it was just like
Loose
a,
pants, dude. We're used to wearing really tight girl jeans,
Let's
you know.
watch this
yeah, that's
real-
just gonna be like fucking pancakes.
Speak for yourself, boys. My balls breathe just fine. What do you mean?
And we're just kidding.
Let's
Come on,
watch
dude.
it.
Boop.
It just,
Oh, he kicks it and it flies.
bro, it falls out of his pant leg like a magic
He's
trick.
like, all right, let's move along. We don't need yeah, I don't need anything here. Let's go.
He's the
no,
David.
Let's just go.
He's like the David Blaine of poop walkers right now. He was just like, and now there's poop on the floor. For my next trick, watch me vomit into my shirt. Like, I don't. This dude is fucking.
Do you see shit? No. Look again.
And you know what's fucking ridiculous? He doesn't even try to get
Pretty
away
amazing.
fast. He's just standing by it. Like,
Well, he's immediate. Okay, so
Shakes
she's
it out.
walking straight. He immediately, you can see him sidestepping over to like her blind side. Be like, so if she turns around, be like, he'll be able to block it real quick. You know,
That was already there.
but anybody, any
like don't look, honey.
any
How'd that
bogeys
get there?
coming from the south are gonna catch Charlie on the floor right there, all brown and
But
nasty.
he did do the smart thing. He kicked it out the pants leg, leaving so if anyone did catch the turds while they're the only ones in there, I mean, his pants aren't caught around his ankles. You know, they're up.
Yeah, but
But
you
then
didn't
he's
see
got-
my ass. You
What?
didn't see
Right
me
there.
poop it.
He's
I
got a
see poop come out
giant.
of me.
He's got a
Did you
shit
poop?
smear.
Prove it.
He's got a shit smear and corn attached to the end of his pants, like these
Yeah.
tapered pant legs.
What
A
the
stringy
fuck?
bit.
Oh, it wasn't me. Why do you have fucking carrots and peanuts that are brown stuck to your pants, Grandpa? Oh, I don't know.
We're in a grocery store.
Could you
trying to make it to the bathroom.
like? Here's the things that the videos like this make me have more questions than anything. It's like okay, like what does this car smell like?
It probably smells like shit.
Like
It smells like shit, dude.
what
Like,
is his living situation?
It smells like exhaust and old newspapers.
He looks like he's in the fucking fiber bar section. Like that's why.
Nah, that's a beer
probably-
section. What do you mean? Come
He's
on.
Oh,
probably
okay, yeah,
a
it is.
guy
You're right, you're right.
whose car is littered with empty Coca-Cola cans and cigarette packs. You know, like he's that type of fucking guy. But I like how he's wearing
Fuck
the.
you, that's me.
So this guy's wearing the reflector jacket. It's obviously worn as a distraction. So like it's so bright, like it's impossible for him to look at the ground. You know, it's
can-
brilliant.
it
This
can
guy
al-
planned this.
It can also double as a public masturbator trench coat. So
That's true.
Oh, Zach, the resident expert on public
So you
masturbation.
have
huh?
Coca-Cola cans and
You got a story you want to tell
cigarette
us,
packs.
Zach?
Well, I mean,
Yeah. You ever
what
shit
do-
yourself, Zach?
why do you guys think
Yeah,
the
I
duster
absolutely
was
should.
invented?
Bro, what a bad fucking... That is...
Pooped on the floor.
No, I'm going to contest this with Zach real quick. How's that a good public masturbator jacket? That's like a construction vest. It's all bright and like car lights are illuminated while he's trying to get after it in the bushes and shit like
you see
that.
that?
Like he's just shining and shit.
you're
like,
right. You're right. You're right. Absolutely right.
I feel like this is a terrible jacket to wear if you're going to beat it in public.
As a matter of fact, it's just a terrible jacket choice altogether. It totally
He
stands
came
out.
from
Yeah.
work.
What is
Came
he
from work,
fucking?
yeah.
He was too tired.
That's why he had the shit so
He
bad.
definitely ain't a fucking traffic director because he can't even direct the turns out of his
Dude,
ass
that's
properly.
exactly what he's doing. He's the fucking cross guard at some elementary school. Like, this is the kind of creepy fuck.
This is what they do.
Yeah, dude. Like, when they're not crossing kids, like, back and
poop
forth.
walkers.
Yeah, they're fucking shitting in grocery stores
walking
being
ar-
gross-ass Americans somewhere, dude.
It's so weird, you know, because I see them out at all the times. I'm like, yeah, they're all parents, but like, what are they fucking doing for a day job? They're poop
Committing
walking.
murder, beating their kids, having some sort of addiction.
The list goes on.
Judging people, being racist, saying terrible things online. Dude, there's monsters
Yeah,
out there
they're
with
sitting to your
smiles
manager.
on. Yeah.
Sitting at a green light for fucking 6 seconds.
Yep. You ever have like those fucking like maybe it's because I'm like dangerously cynical, but have you ever had a public interaction with someone like a cashier and just like, oh, have a nice day, and just like, oh my god, like that made my day. Like we had a short 5-minute interaction. It was great. It was cool just talking to a stranger about my day. There's goodness in the world. But then you immediately start second guessing what kind of terrible things that person's doing at home.
I've done that.
I do that all the time, every single time.
Like yeah,
So
that
you're
guy
saying-
that guy's got a body
Any
count.
of these interactions that you have with people at the store, you picture their lives as some
Like
horrible,
they're probably maniacs. Yeah.
some like cashier.
Yep, he's probably a fucking maniac.
Why was I
Cashier
nice
is
to that
probably a
person?
murderer.
Why was I nice to that person for one single second? He could be. He's got kids in the basement.
Right.
They're gonna
Yeah,
have
he's
at
like,
least
oh,
one.
hobbly doodly, it's still at Luke again. Yeah, he's child
There's
rapist.
kids go fucking one afternoon without a beating. I feel fucking better about myself.
Oh, this cross guard, he's doing a really good job making sure the kids get across the street. Later on, he's poop walking.
Was that a whole turd coming out of his pant leg?
Well, I mean, could you imagine if he was doing that when he was going out into that intersection with the little stop sign? Like, it looks like little ducks following him in a row.
And then he just starts screaming like, "Which one of you kids?"
Just little shitbirds. Whole trail of shitbirds.
Second video on the right is also another infamous culprit. All the way on the right.
All the way on the right.
Another pooper?
There's I mean it's poop walkers, dude.
It's a 9-second video, and they look like they're inside of what is this? Like a hotel or some shit?
Yeah, it looks like a. Yeah, it looks like the.
Cairn.
They're in Cairn.
Cairn.
Let's see where they're at.
Oh,
It's the
you see
lobby. It's the lobby over there.
You like how that guy? Wait, hold on. At the very end, the dude stops and
maximizes.
tips his hat back. He's like, "Well, I'll be a son of a gun."
What in Poop Nation?
Wait, hold on. Has he
I
got
don't think
long
he
socks on with
notices
I
shorts?
think he's about to step in it.
That's what I was about to say.
Let's
Yeah.
get a
Eat the
fucking-
hat. The fucking cowboy hat. Go on.
Let's get some fucking telemetry, some tools out, some mapping tools.
That's a perfect
But
stride.
before-
I
Or
think
we-
it's gonna go bop. Oh! Oh shit! I totally guessed it.
Now
No
he's like,
way.
what tarnation?
No way! I thought that was the end of the video.
It didn't make his get up any shittier though. Like, let's like freeze frame here and look at what this fucking dude's wearing.
He's wearing some New Balances. With
No, those
some
are socks with sandals, my dude. That's socks with sandals.
Those are socks with sandals.
He's got plaid dad shorts on, like
Tucked in with the t-shirt.
And nobody ever told him plaid and red don't go together. He's got his
for
shoes.
sure. That's a braided dad belt too. He's got the braided belt around the waist.
The
You
watch?
can't really tell, but for sure that's
It's a
what that is.
Fitbit.
Watch or
Fitbit.
something, yeah.
He's got a cowboy hat.
And
Was that a cowboy
no,
hat or
that's
a
not even.
fedora?
That's
Or-
the old man
Don't
from
t-
Jurassic Park's hat.
That is. You're
Wait, Spad.
just stepping some lady's shit.
It's a Triceratops faces.
Look,
That's a whole lot of shit.
she just fucking waves her dress and it plops right on out. She acts like nothing's going on, like a fucking psychopath. This dude just comes in. Man, it's a hard day.
Did you
At
see
the... Oh fuck!
Man, nothing else could happen today that ruined
Oh,
it.
completely fucked up his fucking.
Did you see? Okay, so when she rounded the fucking third and headed home, you saw that she like went in a scurry. Like
Yeah,
maybe like
she
her-
knew. She knew what
Yeah.
she was doing. This was.
You know
Look
why?
at her, she's gone. We better get the fuck out of here.
Because she knew if she had 30 seconds to hear from anyone behind her go, "Hey, what the fuck?" And if she heard that within those 30 seconds,
It was at
she
this.
had to go. She
me?
was fucking gone. She had to get that head start with that scurry, man.
Ran
She
to
had to
the-
get ready to leave the premise.
It was
What
at
kind
this
of
moment
To
he
the
knew he
farthest
fucked up.
elevator.
How
Yep.
loose
Yeah.
is your butthole that you're just dropping turds out of it randomly as you
I gotta
walk into a
focus.
lobby?
I gotta get some
Well,
reading material. Like,
I know,
Play it,
right?
play it from the beginning again and see if she's like walking slow. Like, is she?
Nope.
No,
Not
no.
really. No.
dude.
But
No,
then she just.
maybe she lifted her fucking panties out of the way. Like she
You
had
can
it, like,
tell
trapped
she
in the
was
panties.
she was fucking pushing. Like watch it. She's already got both hands on the skirt, lifting. Her fucking cheeks are spread apart. She's pushing it out. She's trying to get it out without a pinch. Bop. Yep. And
Was
she's
she like
out.
fucking with her underwear?
Dude,
or you
and
think that
Yeah.
she was? Oh,
That is like a hotel like lobby area, and I guarantee you, to the fucking left is the bathroom. Like you couldn't wait. Fuck that dude's. She
Gross.
fucked
I bet
dude's.
she had turned the corner and was like, "Oh fuck, there was a bathroom."
Dude, he stepped in that so quick and ruined his Mall Walker fives.
Now, do these people actually have like a? My thing is like, do they have a physical problem that like they have to shit right then it just falls right out of their asshole? Because if they don't, these people are fucking maniacs, like just complete psychopaths. Because they have to either one keep the shit in their pants and they're waiting for a good moment to dump it out. Like you said, there's a fucking bathroom probably right there. You could dump it out in the bathroom and be ashamed of yourself in there in privacy. You smell like Dookie in the elevator, but nobody knows that's you. You're like, damn, dog must have been in here farting or something. You don't have to let them know that it's your swamp ass. You just had some fucking Nati Splatties hit the back of your dress, but no one's got to know, all right? Or they've planned this. They're like, they get off on this fucking, like they've got a shit right now here in public, and they're like squeezing out, like, oh boy, this is gonna be the big one. Oh, like there's some weird satisfaction that they get from it. Because if it's not a physical issue, it's one of those two things.
So are you trying to say that that scurry was her to run to the elevator before she flooded the main lobby with her multiple orgasms?
Mutt butt stink. I don't know, dude. I don't know what it is. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she wasn't even running. She was just cum walking. And she had to get out of there.
Oh my god.
Like I'm picturing her getting stuck in the elevator and someone's in there and she's wearing her sunglasses still inside and you just see someone's like, why does it smell like shit in here? And she's like dripping sweat.
just beating and staring forward.
And she's like, I don't know. I smell like that when I got in here.
I don't smell anything. Actually, it must just be you.
It's just your
Must
upper
be you.
lip.
Good God, man.
Do we have any more poop walker videos
No, but
queued up?
Gerke, you said that you shit yourself one time, and I want to hear about that story.
Well, I mean,
Let's
dude,
hear it.
I have no. Okay, first of all, because we just had a discussion about this in my house. Like, have any of you ever shit yourselves?
Everyone shit themselves.
Okay.
I just
Because
haven't done it since I was
I
a
have
baby.
friends that
okay.
don't think it happens, so they don't think it's normal. I mean, it was just.
I just told a story on the podcast the other day where I shit on accident, like down my pants as I was, because I had fucking brutal diarrhea for like 4 or 5 days straight. And I was doing a tester fart, and the tester fart turned into the full, like, everything just coming out all at once. Like, one fart could mean, like, a whole beach ball's worth of fucking diarrhea just explodes out of me in an instant. The next thing you know, it's in my shoes, it's in my hair, it's down my back somehow.
No,
it's
you
on my-
shit
You're
up
like a
your back.
baby.
Like,
a baby
God
shit up your
damn.
Okay, my shit story. It was when I worked in my previous job. Won't say their names. which was obviously, you know, was a call center. I was very sick with an upper respiratory infection, but also a stomach bug, and I coughed and shit. Like I coughed.
Like
Wait, did you?
I was
you
coughing
your
like-
shit loose?
No, I was coughing so aggressively, like trying to clear my throat, and I just shit. And
That
like,
is awesome.
I'm in a call center, like, so I just like got up and went to the bathroom, and like, what do? You throw your drawers. in
Poop
the
walker,
garbage.
dude.
Yeah,
Your
poop walked.
Is that how it happens?
That's how it starts. And
Sounds like the story of
then
his first poop walk.
Yeah, it was such a rush, dude. There was no embarrassment there. No, honestly, that wasn't.
What'd you do? Did you go home?
Yeah, I told my boss. He's like, "Why do you need to leave?" I'm like, "I just shit myself, okay? Like I'm sick."
What did he
like,
say? He was like, oh,
No. So if you ever want to get to work, by the way, if you just tell your boss you shit yourself, there's no questions asked.
Do you have to not smile and not break eye contact after you tell
well,
him to? I
how do
just
you
shit
smile?
myself.
Well, if you actually you really
shake
think
yourself,
I'm
why are you
laughing?
smiling? Yeah, it's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I just fucking shit myself, bud.
I
No,
just
that was
stared
some-
at him until a single tear fell out of my eye, and then just kept staring at him.
No.
Like, all right, go home, go home.
Honestly, like that was the most shameful drive home. Like, what have I become?
Like, did you clean it out at all before you got in your car? Or did you
Oh
sit
yeah.
in it?
No, I mean
So you sat
my
in your hot
drawers
car.
got through. I wear like the tight boxer briefs, so they got all caught in there.
You threw
Those
it away
went in
at work?
those went in the garbage can. So I'm sorry for whoever took it to the trash that day, but yeah,
Bro, you know somebody.
commanded it home.
You know he told several people about that story. Like several.
I'm sure.
Where'd Zach go?
Oh, he shit up his back.
Shit. Did it go up your back?
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
It could have. It could have.
It went up his back.
That's some hard. That's quite a cough.
No,
there.
it's for real. How bad of a shit was it? Was it just one turd, or are you talking like a whole natty
It
splatty?
wasn't. No, it wasn't turds. It was. Yeah, it was like a combination of I'm sick and I also have beer butt. So
Whatever came out got caught between the underwear and the cradle of the butt cheeks.
it's like progressive soup. Like
yeah.
Did you look normal from the front, but like you sat in mud from the back?
no, you can. I mean, like I said, like my underwear caught it all, but.
Did
Like,
you have
I
to?
got to the bathroom fast enough before it could make its way through.
Were you like holding the front of your boxers completely tight? Like, please, oh, don't seep down the legs into my socks right
dude,
now.
no, that was probably the
Part of my
most.
shit stain
Talk
your
from
white socks.
experience. Cody talks from
Gotta
experience.
seal it up. You start twisting the fabric of your of the front thigh underwear that way that it seals it shut around your legs and shit.
Like I said,
like
it's
you're
the fuck?
tourniqueting your thighs.
It's a call center, so we're all in cubicles. So I'm sure someone was probably like, "What the fuck is that smell?" And they see me duck waddling in the bathroom super fast. Like,
Did it make a hilarious noise?
it. Oh man, I don't
Did-
talk about
did
that.
you
The
have to-
noise was like immediately like, "Oh no."
Well, you probably felt it slap your cheeks
I was
pretty
like,
hard.
"Oh, that's not a fart, and that's hot." And here we
I'm hot
are.
in all the wrong places right,
Right?
now.
Like, what do I do now?
Was anyone like, man, it smells like shit up here?
I straight up told my coworker, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you can think of me however you want. I'm not somebody who's like self-conscious if you judge me. So I just like, yeah, I shit my fucking pants. Like, I'm
Well,
lazy.
Zach, when you shit, could you feel it like? So you're sitting down at a call center. Did you feel the diarrhea warmly jettison past your
I
thighs
was
and
on
balls?
a fucking.
Like your balls are caught to your legs, so
I
like,
did-
but there's so much pressure in there now that it's like jettisoned forward, and then it's in your pee hole a little bit.
No, it didn't get that far.
What
Like,
the fuck, Cody?
we weren't defying fucking gravity here, but like, I did IT in a call center, so my feet were up on the desk,
Oh no!
and I was on a fucking call when it happened, and I just got silent.
Did you
And
hang
I hung
up?
up.
I would have hung up. I'd be like, I don't fuck this.
Like, I'm not gonna tell you,
I would have
like,
quit my job. I would have never told anyone. I would have walked out of that building,
Where'd Cody go? Why was he walking so funny?
left that phone on, kept all my photos and my drawings up, just walked the fuck out of there, pretending like
Never
that.
heard from again.
Changed my mailing address.
You walked out and then sat in your filth in your car.
Probably would've
yeah, that was
changed
like,
his
like I
name.
said, that was the worst part. Was just driving home, knowing what had happened.
I would've
And like
never came
ways
back.
I could have prevented it, like not trying to fart. Like that was my biggest. I was trying to fart prior, then I coughed, and then that fucking happened. I mean,
Did you almost say that wasn't like the biggest like shit? You've shit yourself before? Was that what you're about to say?
I mean,
He's like, that ain't even the worst time. Let me
No.
tell you about
Yeah, that's what
there.
it sounded like. For a
Taco
second.
Bell 2011.
yeah,
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Did you have to wipe the back of your nuts? when
No,
you clean yourself
I
out?
mean maybe I wipe down everything just to be safe. But
I feel
Be honest, did you have your girlfriend spray you off with the garden hose when you got home?
no,
like
I
you're
just
a skunked or something.
I just sat in the fetal position in the shower. Like, what do I do with myself?
Wait, did you say in the fecal position? 'Cause yes, you did. If you didn't say the
Dude,
fecal,
that reminds me. So I've told this story once in the podcast before, but I knew this guy who would shit himself on purpose in
On
college.
purpose?
I told you this guy.
what's this
Isn't
dude's
that
name?
what the
First and last name.
Isn't that
I can't.
What's his name?
But I will say he's like a gay porn star now, and it's really fucking weird.
Does
Dude,
he do gay shit porn?
I haven't really delved that deep into this fucking rabbit hole because it's very out there. It's what the fuck.
His name is Matrick Tata. It's Pat's
So,
other personality.
if you like shitting,
Duke Pung.
if you like shitting in your pants, isn't that like like poop walker? Like, isn't that where it has to start somewhere?
I would say this. Yeah, he's a poop walker. He has to be a poop walker. If you're pooping, okay, let me tell you the story.
Freelance poop
so
walker,
he would,
if you will.
So he would take showers when he got home from school. All right, I don't know why the fuck he told me this. He was a strange dude, and he told me he would wear his boxers in the shower, and then he would just poop himself, and then it was like the winter, so he would just throw his boxers out in the backyard in the woods. And it'd be covered in snow. And then one day his dad confronted him. He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's a
there was
silly.
like shit tons of pairs of boxers filled with shit out in his backyard.
that almost
Can you imagine
seems,
trying to lie your way out of that when your dad confronts you? There was a chocolate syrup explosion in the kitchen, and all I had was all my boxers, just sweating through your shirt and your shoes, trying to like lie to your dad at the speed of light. Can you imagine being caught in a lie of that? Like, son, why did I find 449 shitty pairs of underwear in the backyard?
Why are all your underwear?
I would literally
The
just be like,
dog shits in the house sometimes, and I put
Beads of
my
sweat.
boxers on the dog. Your whole hair is drenched and matted in sweat.
What's crazy to me is that it took the dad like that long to find them.
Well, they were covered in snow.
I would just be.
And so when all the snow melted, that's when all the
so
the
it was only
boxers
just like
filled with
one
shit
winter's
showed.
worth.
Boxer shit thaw of spring.
Yeah, like it wasn't the typical spring bloom that you expected, was it?
Oh, I bet you the grass and shit though like grew super quick.
Oh, yeah, that might be. Yeah,
This is fucking comical. How is it real? Because think about it. He just
it's totally real.
in the shower, just opens the shower door, doesn't even look to see if the neighbors are watching, flings them out the door, and closes them closes the fucking window before the boxers probably even hit the ground. Like, what kind of sociopath is living their backyard with shitty pairs of boxers?
I don't know.
That's some fucking hoarder type shit.
Wasn't this
I
dude
would-
like super
Oh,
attractive
dude,
to you
I've
or
seen
something?
some of them
So,
fucking.
like he was trying to.
So I didn't know like he was like gay at the time, and it's not a big deal, whatever. But anyways, he basically told me that he had a huge crush on me, and I was like, dude, it's cool that you're telling me this, it's fine, but I won't lie, it's gonna be weird.
See,
I mean,
And, like I didn't really talk to him that much afterwards, but then he said he hated me because I had a big nose. He always hated me because I had a big nose. I
Honestly,
was
you
like,
can't
"Thanks,
get
dude."
mad. You can't get awkward about shit like that. That's flattering. You have both. You know what I mean? Like, you have both sexes attracted to you. I mean, that's how I've always looked at it. Like, I've had gay people or whatever say the same thing to me. So,
Yeah.
Just say thanks,
That's
dude,
clutch.
and
I'm
move
like,
on about your
you
day.
I
can
was
just-
totally
yeah.
fine with it. I was like, I'm just not
like,
into it.
yeah,
It's
that's
just-
clutch. Like, keep
we
it
were
at that.
good friends.
Don't,
Now it's a little
don't do
weird.
anything else.
It
Just-
wouldn't be flattering to me on either side, whether it be a woman hitting on me or a man hitting on me, if I also knew that he shit his fucking pants in the shower and threw them in the
Yeah,
backyard.
that's where I have the problem.
There's no flattering element to that at all.
He also-
That's just scary as fuck. Are you gonna stab me in the neck with a pencil now? Like,
Well, yeah,
what's
that's what I was
happening
scared
next?
of
A
after all that.
shit-covered pencil.
But he also told me like he used to hook up with this really trashy girl for a while, and he would always do her in the butt. And one time when he was doing her in the butt, she shit all over the bed, and she was so embarrassed that she walked in the other room and he had to fucking clean it himself. And I'm just like, damn, I feel bad for people that gotta do that shit.
Barf, dude.
Barf.
That's grody.
Barf
Yeah.
hard.
So it wouldn't surprise me if he was into like some shit fetish kind of shit. Weird. I don't know. He does porn now.
I
It's
don't
really
trust
weird.
the guy.
It's very strange.
This guy sounds like some sort of predator, would-be predator.
It was weird.
Wait, how do you know that Pat's been keeping tabs on him? How do you know that that this dude does porn now, Pat?
Because I looked him up after like one time we
Because
talked
I was on
about,
Pornhub
listen,
and I
I
thought
clicked on the wrong tab in
Listen,
Pornhub.
listen.
I mean, I was in the gay porn
wow,
section.
guys, wow.
57 pages deep, just browsing.
We
you know,
talked about
looking-
him like 30 episodes ago.
Looking to see if I knew anybody from college. That's all I was there for.
I looked him up, and I was like, wonder what he's doing nowadays. And then there was like a bunch of really suggestive photos all over his page and like big stars over this stuff. And I was like, what the fuck happened to you, bro?
I click on his page, and it's just jizz. Jizz everywhere.
Let's get some kind of filter on his page, and it looks
My
like
keyboard instantly got sticky. My mouse was sticky. I was jerking off. I didn't know what was going on.
Ectoplasm. Yeah, but what the fuck? Interesting.
Zach, I know you got some wild stories for us. You know any gay porn stars that you want to tell us about?
Not that I know of. I mean, we went to high school with a lot of people. There could be a couple in there.
Who was the biggest weirdo that you went to high school with?
I don't know.
Can I tell one story that's kind of about farting? All right, we talked about
Tell him
this.
his first and his last name.
His name is Ian Tyndall.
Okay.
He's not gonna listen.
He is once I tag him.
He might. Who knows? No, me and him are cool. He's a good dude.
Find him, Luke.
But I remember one time he was like raising. We went to a Catholic high school, so you had to like you got demerits and shit. And when you get demerits, you have like 2 hours worth of like detention Saturday school, and you got to do brick sheets and stuff. It fucking sucks.
Fuck brick sheets, man.
Yeah, so he tried like raising his hand to go to the bathroom, and one of the teachers there, he was like, it was Mr. Rosen. He tried to like fucking say, no one's going to the bathroom right now. You got like 10 minutes before study hall's over, and you can leave. And he said, all right, I just want to go to the bathroom. He's like, no, you can wait. You can wait. You're a man. You can wait. And he made him wait, and then you hear this loud ass fart, like nasty fucking wet, muffled heat fart. You know what I'm talking about? You know
What was his last name?
his last name is Tyndall. I'll message him after this. Say, hey, I fucking talked about your shit. Who cares? Anyways, he
Loud muffler fart.
yeah, loud. Thank you. Loud muffler fart, and Mr. Rosen got up, and he was just so fucking mad. He's like, "Who did that? Who did that right now? You tell me right now. You're all getting demerits. Tell me right now." Like he threatened everyone, and then he got up, and he was like, "It was me." And he's like, "You're getting 2 demerits." And he's like, "You wouldn't let me go to the bathroom."
So I
And
shit my pants in class.
he got fucking 2 demerits in 2 hours of Saturday school because he farted in class because the teacher wouldn't let him go take a shit.
That's the thing about private school. Like, yeah, I feel like my education was great. I feel like we both learned a lot. Like, I don't regret it at all. But some of the teachers are just They knew, like, the rules were a little different in private school than they are in public. They can get away with saying more and giving you more, obviously, fucking attentions, whatever. But some of them
Wait, what do you mean they could say more to you?
Well, we went to an all-guys school, so teachers, they
just literally tell you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
like,
everyone's cursing at you and like they yell at you. It's not like they're softening it up.
You ever had a
anything.
teacher call you a bitch? Like you try to see a
Yeah.
public
I
school, like a teacher call you
Cody's had that happen.
I once saw my first day having her. I watched this teacher call a student a pussy. It was awesome.
I've seen the teachers at Corrine say all kinds of reckless
Yeah.
shit
Really?
to people. Yeah, they were a bunch
Absolutely.
of fucking animals.
Every
One of them got
teacher at
busted
Corrin was
for
maniacs.
who was that lady? Hotzenroder or whatever.
That was the teacher I was talking about.
got
They called a
busted.
student a pussy.
Then later she
What?
got busted
Yeah.
banging some of the 16-year-old dudes in class
Dude,
or whatever the
we
fuck.
won't. I
we
won't.
had someone at our school. We won't have to say his name. What were you
Yeah,
about to
well,
say?
and her name.
Well, I don't remember her fucking name. But
This shit's on the
I
news.
did.
You can look up this lady, so I don't
You know
feel
what?
weird
At the
saying
time,
her
it was
name.
like when I found out about that, I'm like, good for him.
here, tell the story.
Well, I mean, what?
Okay, so we had this teacher that was at our school, and
Zach was banging her.
She was quite attractive.
I didn't really think
I
think
thought she was, but
I didn't think she was. But anyways, she was very popular with all the guys, and turns out she was fucking like 5 or 6 of them or some shit, and silently evicted off the campus.
yeah.
But what were you gonna say about
You
it?
just
though?
swept that under the rug.
What?
Yeah, it was like totally swept under the rug. Like it just no one gave a shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. Nobody.
Well,
made a
what was
big
it
deal
happening
out of it. It
to?
was like-
17-year-old dudes? Like, what? I don't know.
Yeah.
You gonna be all right, fella? You
You're
teacher
totally-
gave you some pussy. You gonna be okay? All right, buddy.
Help me make this story
Need some
juicy.
therapy now? Like, you'll be fine. Shut the fuck up.
Repeat what you just said.
Help me make the story juicy. You were there.
I mean,
Fuck.
she was definitely. You could tell, like, didn't necessarily hide it when she was there because, like, I think we had the same art class
Yeah,
together.
we did. With
And she
Beeman?
would remember when she substituted. She would literally be because I had long hair in high school, and she would play with my hair. And it's like, okay, like normally, like I mean, I'm fucking.
Yeah, she did that a lot.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
I'm just like, okay, like I'm
We
just
had
gonna
a-
continue drawing. You can keep massaging my head, and it's fine with me.
We had a one of our fuck. I can't call him out. It was, so I'll just say it's a teacher at a school that I went to. It's not from.
What was his name?
So this lady, this lady would be super uncomfortable like that with fucking everybody. Like, she'd come up and just start giving you a back rub and shit and talking to you all, like, whispery in your ear and shit. Like, way too close, like an inch away from your ear, all, like, back rubbing you and shit, playing with your hair. The same way that you're talking about. But my friend Adam was super into it, and he was like, I'm gonna bang her in the school. Like, he was making a plot to fucking try to have sex with this person.
Fuck?
Like, and
He had a game plan, like a whole fucking like post-it note on strings and shit.
she would do some uncomfortable shit. She would walk up to dudes and like put her hand right on their inner thigh and just start rubbing it, like talking to him and shit. Like, almost, she would do it in front of everybody, so it seemed like it's like not a big deal, but it's total. It's like you're rubbing some 16-year-old boy's like thigh right now. Like, what are you doing?
I literally feel like
psycho?
It is kind of fucked up in a sense where it is kind of like a double standard. Like, you'll hear about like the guy on it, like getting in trouble for doing it to a young girl and
but here's why: because that 16-year-old boy could kick the fuck out of that grown-ass
well,
woman.
you know,
that's what the difference is.
It cracks me up, like that South Park episode where they're like, where the kids were having sex with the teacher, and they're like, well, was she hot? And they're like, yeah. He's like, nice. Nice.
I don't know. I hate to be that asshole about it, but I really, like, the dude's 17. Like, I know where my brain was at when I was 17. I was fucking smoking weed in school and drinking 40s and
That's
fucking
true,
doing all kinds of crazy shit. Like, I would, like, some teachers touching me. I'm not calling nobody. I'm not telling the police. Like, I don't, like, it wouldn't have affected me a day in my life.
Yep.
But I'm sure there are people that it would have affected and has, and I don't want to hurt nobody's fucking feelings, but I feel like it's very... Well, yeah, dude. But I feel like it's, I don't know. I seriously feel like it's very different when you got some 17-year-old dude and like a teacher lady and some grown-ass dude trying to fucking rub on some young girl. Like, to me, maybe it's a double standard. Maybe I'm a shithead for it, but I feel like the girl's way more vulnerable than a man,
yeah,
a young man.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about that.
Especially at that time, like during development, you get real insecure shit like that. So.
Well, it's called grooming, I believe. You're just like fucking softening them up.
Don't get me wrong. Those grown ass women are fucking wrong. They shouldn't be doing it. I just don't feel as bad for a dude, some 16, 17-year-old dude fucking his teacher.
Oh, you've seen that, like I said.
Yeah. Oh, too bad for you.
You're probably one of those dudes. Like, you hear it on the news and you're just like, nice.
No, dude, my brother.
Nice.
So this is also why, because that teacher that got busted at Coleraine for fucking dudes, they were friends of my brother, and my brother was in the same class as them, and they were clowning about it the whole time. Like, they thought it was the best thing ever. All their friends thought that it was hilarious. They were all getting high fives afterwards. Like, the teacher was smoking weed, drinking, and fucking them, and like they were like in court, before court, on Twitter, making jokes about fucking their teacher and smoking their teacher's weed. Like, they didn't give a fuck. It didn't affect them at all. They just had a great story to tell after it. And I'm
then
like,
she went to jail.
Still, she's wrong.
She's in jail.
Still, she's got to go to jail. She's fucking kids. But like, I feel like those kids are fine.
No,
I know they are, because my brother told me hilarious fucking stories about shit that they did after that shit happened. So I'm just like, I feel like that's, I don't know.
I think Hudson Road, the teacher you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
she
she
served like what 6 or 9 months of her sentence, and then she was out.
They're like, get out of here. You can go back to teaching.
You little rascal, go get him.
There's a slap on your little wrist there.
Well, I mean,
dude, what got me weak though was watching the video of her walk into court with the fattest of smiles, knowing she was getting out. Like, she was like, I'm gonna get out there and get some fucking after school wing wong, dude.
I'm gonna slay.
Until I get out.
I can't wait to go out.
Oh, you're pulling
slay.
it up. So there was also this other teacher. She was a Spanish teacher at our school. I always thought she was a fucking creep too. She would always do that shit, like rub your shoulders and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one? I'm sorry.
She was a Spanish teacher. I won't say her name because I don't fucking remember or care to.
I can't remember.
But she was a Spanish teacher. Wow.
I remember.
Yeah, she was a fucking creep, dude. She was a creep.
Yeah, I failed that class. She just sent me to the back of the class.
You know what's weird is that you weren't allowed to graduate unless you had
Spanish,
like,
but you could fail it.
I failed it, and I
You could still graduate it, yeah.
I was like, I really did not give a fuck in that class.
There was a couple of us that were like, you know what? At this point, there's no absolute way you could pass this class. So just go sit in the back of the class, study hall, or sleep. I don't care.
Yeah, as long as you're not bothering them. Well, they were always so strict. Language teachers are always so strict. What is this, the lady?
Yep.
She doesn't look like she's got a smile there. It looks like she's got a double chin from looking down so hard.
Yeah, she I think she got 2
chin,
years.
man.
They gave her 2 years or something like that.
She ain't serving her 2 years.
She didn't do a full 2 years. She's out now. I don't think
Is she still a teacher? Because that would be pretty mind-blowing.
No, she's not still a fucking teacher, Patrick.
That doesn't happen.
I was kidding when I said that. Former Corin High School teacher is sentenced to 2 years in prison after she was convicted on a sexual battery charge earlier this year. Jury convicted ex-teacher Julie Hodson wrote her on 1 count of sexual battery after allegations wrote. Yeah, this was some teacher at fucking Corin. So we had all kinds of reckless fucking teachers up there.
Sexual battery, though, like, isn't that when you're getting aggressive?
She was
could it
slapping
just
him.
be sexual?
yeah, fuck me.
I don't know these. I don't know these kids personally, but my brother said that he was friends with them, and he told me that she would have them come over and she would buy them booze and like give them weed to smoke, and they'd smoke weed, and then she'd blow both of them and like whatever. And that was the story that my brother told me about it. Like allegedly, I don't fucking know the actual facts and things, but she got convicted.
Allegedly.
Of this. So I don't want to. I'm just not trying to get sued by some person from Corin, but
She probably listens.
I remember one time I got busted from the there was a shop teacher who taught diesel shop or whatever, and we would smoke cigarettes behind the career center, which was an extra building at Corin, and there was these
awesome.
yeah, there was these fucking these big crates that they would keep like truck parts and shit in, and we were behind there smoking a cigarette, and then dude comes around, and I was like, fuck, we're busted. And then dude like grabbed the cigarette out of my hand and hit it and then put it out, and like he was like, next time the wood's back there. And then I was like,
It's like when we were on.
oh shit, and then he just walked away like nothing happened. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Like I was like, that's fucking tight. But we had a bunch of teachers doing all kinds of crazy shit, saying
Yeah, I think we
shit
had
to people.
we had a coach like before her that was like just let go for some cheerleader business too.
Yeah, something creepy.
We had a bunch of fucked up students
It happens
too.
more. It happens more often than you think, but a lot of it's just kind of brushing under the rug. So
We had some fucked up students from our school too that went to jail for some terrible things.
All kinds, yeah. I think every school does. Except for when I talked to Pat about school, and he was like, the one time at school, I got a demerit, and then they made me
and then maybe
write
do
on
a brick
piece of
sheet.
paper. And
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Dude, brick sheets
One
suck,
time
though.
They
at
do
my
fucking
school,
suck.
one time at my school, I was arrested with 10 other kids in a marijuana ring.
Brick sheets weren't that bad if you tied 3 pens together. If you did
Dude,
that
that's such a
trick.
good
What?
fucking idea. What?
You didn't never do that?
What? No!
You would
What the
literally
fuck is a
tape
brick sheet?
3.
Okay, explain a brick sheet,
It's
Zach.
a fucking sheet of paper.
Google brick sheet.
It's a sheet of
that's a good point.
paper, and it looks like a brick fucking wall printed on the sheet of paper. That's all it is. And they give you a
Super
sentence
tiny.
that you have to repeat on that wall, brick by brick, word by word in the brick.
That's what it looks
That's-
like.
I mean, that's
a
just an
brick
actual
wall
sheet.
is also what a brick sheet looks like. So.
Just imagine that, but you write in between all those.
And
they're
ours
not
were
physical
usually
print.
religious things that we had to write.
Yeah, we always had to write like the prayer.
Hail Mary or something.
Yeah,
And
some
what
dumb
was
shit.
your scam to get out of it?
You would literally. Well, I mean, you didn't get out of it. It just made it.
They never
less.
read it, you know.
Yeah, as long as they seen that it was full. But what I would do is literally tie 3 pens or tape 3 pens together and then start doing it because they're not going to read it and see that it's doubling over itself. But it would fill 3 blocks at a time.
That's so
and then you would
genius.
skip down one and it would fill 3 more. So I mean, you would be done in like 10 minutes
Okay.
versus an hour.
That's
so.
crazy.
Pretty tight.
Dude, that makes me think of like all the shit people did in high school and grade school and college, like to cheat to fucking pass their tests and shit. What was the craziest shit you had to do to cheat? Because everyone cheated. Let's be honest. Everyone has cheated on their tests.
I don't think I ever did some wild ass fucking Jimmy Neutron, Nets a classified type shit to cheat though.
I remember I had a plastic water bottle and it had the inside of it all white. I just took that shit off, wrote all my fucking notes as tiny as I could because it would magnify it on the bottle, and then I would just read that shit and no one would ever know.
I didn't cheat, but I kind of fucking played the system in order to get a credit for a class one time.
Played the system, okay.
So, seriously.
Okay,
I'll be
let's
right
hear
back.
it.
I gotta take a piss real quick.
All right.
for it.
The way
Let's
that
hear it.
the way that at least at Northwest Local, where I went to school, the area that I went to school in at this time, the lowest grade that they were allowed to give you by law is 50%. Okay, and this is relevant for later in the story. So I take physics, and it's 4 quarters. Whatever your average is at the end of these 4 quarters, they take all the grades and they add them up, and then they divide them by 4. And as long as that's a D, you're good to go, and you can fucking have the credit, and you get credited for the whole year. I mean, you might not look like the fucking smartest dude with your report card, but god damn it, I got the credit. So I knew this, and I did well enough the first and second quarter and kind of all right the third quarter, and I was like, what is the lowest possible grade I could get and still pass during the fourth quarter? And it was like a 20% or something like that. And I was like, but the lowest grade that they're allowed to give me is a 50%. So even if I don't do fucking anything at all, they by law have to give me 50%. You can't give me a 0 or give me an incomplete. It doesn't exist in this system. You have to give me a 50%. So I just shut down. I didn't do fucking anything. I slept during this class. And
you took a risk.
Well, Mr. Pope was always this fucking dude that would like try to wake up kids by slamming books down on a table. And he had tried that early in the year and slammed these books down on a table. I jumped up and like I don't know. I just woke up and I jumped up out of my chair and like lunged like towards him. He said he fucking jumped back and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And he was like, "Oh shit, I thought you were gonna like swing on me." I was like, "No, I just got woken up super aggressively. Like I just don't know what's going on. Like it just scared the fucking piss out of me." And so I wouldn't like fully go to sleep. I'd always like he'd come around with that ruler and I'd be like, "I'm up, I'm just resting my eyes," and I just like lay there and like sit there. And he was never the type to be like he would never tell you had to do something. He's like, "This is completely on you. If you don't do it, you don't get the fucking grade." So we get all the way to the end of the year and the finals come out. And I write my name on the final, and then I fucking sat it, and then I go to turn it in as soon as it comes out. And Pope grabbed it and came back to the table, and he sat down and leaned in next to me, and he was like, "Cody, you need a 22% to pass to get the credit for my class for this fourth quarter. And if you don't get 100% on this final exam, you will not get 22% because you haven't done anything all year here or all quarter, nothing." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. I need a 22%. He was like, "A 22%. And I said, "The only way I can get that is if I get 100% on this exam." And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "But what's the lowest grade by law you're allowed to give me?" He was like, "You're a fucking dick." And I was like, "What?" And then he just walked away. And I was like, "What'd you say?" And then he just didn't even respond. I was like, "Yes." And I got that credit for that just by like playing the system. So I got to do nothing my fourth quarter just by knowing that I could get that 50% and slide on by.
You made that teacher sound cool, whereas I had a super awful experience with Mr. Pope. We all once dicked around one day when he was supposed to be playing The Last Samurai in class. A terrible fucking movie.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
What would you watch?
What
Last
the
Samurai
fuck do
in
you
class?
mean? Why is a Westerner, especially fucking
dumb.
Tom Cruise being the last samurai in a war against
I don't care. I like that movie.
Anyways, nah, fuck that movie and fuck Tom Cruise. But
It's an alright movie. Tom Cruise is a good actor.
I don't think Tom Cruise is a bad actor. I think he's a good actor.
he's a fucking.
Go rewatch that movie. It's not that bad.
Anyways, we fucking dicked around and we talked
Scientology.
and we ignored the film and he fucking ejected it from the VHS player.
Oh,
and
it
he
was on
smashed
VHS though.
Yeah, he smashed that shit on the ground in front of us and told us to just get out and go home.
That isn't that bad.
I remember.
I had
best.
never seen a teacher whiz a fucking VHS
Oh, really?
tape
I've
right
seen-
down
I've
onto the
seen
ground
that.
like that before.
You didn't go to White Oak, so my middle school I went to, we had this old school fucking band teacher who was also my dad's old football coach from high school. He taught my dad football, he taught my uncle football, coached them in football rather. And then he went on to be a band teacher because he was really good at trumpet. He also coached my dad playing trumpet. I played trumpet and band in middle school. So I'm in there, and this dude used to take fucking, did I say his name? Whatever. Allegedly, he used to take steroids, and he had fucking anger issues. He used to be jacked, but now he's just an old, almost 60-year-old dude getting ready to retire, and he wasn't taking shit from anybody. And he was used to playing, with seniors in high school, and then took this job at fucking a middle school where he's got to deal with a bunch of fumbling kids that don't know what they're doing, and they fucking
Running the
they're all
wrong
hitting
fucking
puberty,
way and-
acting like
Lots of
assholes
fuckery.
and throwing shit at each other. And he's used to dealing with people that are almost adults that have been practicing for years and have a level of standards. And then we would come in there and just fucking act a fool, and he would freak the fuck out. I've seen this dude throw coffee cups above kids' heads and it's slam and break. There was a stand, he fucking slammed it because the flute section was fucking up, and then he hit it again, and it broke off the thing, and it fucking falls on the ground. He picked it up and whammed it at the door, told the whole class to get the fuck out. All kinds of insane shit. He would kick stands over. There'd be girls crying in the front, and then he's not even apologized, just up there angry, telling us that we're all going to be fucking loser musicians if we don't get our shit together. I don't know if you've ever seen that drum movie with the dude from fucking Oz in it, the bald head dude, where he's just fucking berating kids until they want to kill themselves. But that's my middle school band teacher and shit. He would
Jesus fucking Christ.
lose his marbles all the time.
What is that movie? That movie is
Drumline.
such a good movie. No, it's
Or
not.
No, that's with Nick Cannon, right?
It's not Drumline. It's Whiplash.
Yeah, Whiplash.
Whiplash.
It's a great
That's
movie.
Fucking
great
way
fucking
off,
film.
bud.
Drumline's with Nick Cannon, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's
After
like
I said it, I
right
was like,
before
Nick
like
Cannon, Nick
step
Cannon.
up and step up too.
That was
Oh my god.
so you
I was
think-
like, I know, Barnyard 2.
Animal Farm.
Cheaper by the dozen, too.
Biodome.
So we had a teacher in our high school that would always have like mental, emotional breakdowns
Gross.
all the time. Doc Sharp.
Dude, he was such a good guy though.
He was
I
such a
love
good fucking dude, but this dude like
fucking
he,
astrology
so-
with him.
So this guy put a fucking rover on the on Mars. He he did. He was also on Wheel of Fortune and The Price is Right. I think he was on 2 other shows.
He
And-
assisted. He helped funding for putting a rover.
Oh, he said he
up.
did work on it.
Dude was just
I
in
know.
Oh
there.
well, who cares?
He
I don't
was
fucking
smart.
know. So
I
it was
do.
like 10 plus years ago, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, no.
But he would always fucking cry and have these emotional breakdowns, and he was like such a sad man.
Well, and the reason why though too, one of the reasons why it was like because he was such a nice dude, and he really like would help you with anything. But we went to a high school where it was a pretty jockey preppy school.
a lot of
and
douchebags.
A lot of douchebags who loved to fuck with teachers. And they, because he was so nice, would fuck with him so hard to the point where it was just like
He'd cry.
he would cry.
would
And it's
cry.
like, dude, you're getting bullied by a fucking 16-year-old right now.
Because
Like-
he's weak.
Figure your shit out.
That's a bitch ass dude. I
So-
mean, he might be a nice guy, but you're,
Yeah.
what are
Well,
you
yeah, I mean, I
crying?
understand.
There's
I mean,
no way.
if,
He's
when you're a
de- he was
teacher, you should
definitely-
fucking know what you're getting into. But he was a teacher for like 30 years or some shit.
Then-
Okay,
that
maybe
he's
he's at
just-
his wit's end. Maybe he's just been ground
Yeah.
down from years of work. I don't
Oh,
know.
fuck you. You
Things
30
happen to your
years of
nerves.
All guys
16-year-olds.
schools.
All guys school, testosterone everywhere, fucking. You've been doing it for 30 years of kids just fucking with you every day. I think I would
Yeah.
probably punch somebody before 30 years, but
I've never fallen asleep. Like I only take a couple of naps, like ever in my whole life. Maybe like I can count on one hand how many naps I've taken. But I
Really?
fell
Wrong?
asleep-
What the
yeah,
fuck is
yeah.
wrong with you?
I know I'm a freak.
Naps
okay?
are great.
I know I can't sleep.
Took a nap
really
today.
weird.
It almost made me late for the podcast. Woke up at 6:45. Oh shit, we gotta do stuff.
So I fell asleep in his class, and he woke me up at like when everyone left, and I felt so fucking bad because I really did respect this dude, but just damn, people just fucking make him feel like shit.
I did.
For
You know,
sure.
the
He's
teacher-
retired now.
The
Thank God.
teachers that fucking like that really taught you something always stick. You always remember their fucking names.
Oh yeah, dude. There was this one time. I think I've told this in the story once before. We had a religious teacher. His name was Mr. Teefin, and he had this like crazy, pretty famous like heart transplant thing going
Wait,
on.
Tierney?
He died.
Tyranny. My bad. My
Yeah.
bad. Tyranny. Yeah. So he had like this heart transplant, and he was like locally famous for a while for the whole thing because it was such a big deal.
And then he
And I
died.
remember, no, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's good now.
Yeah, he's good now. But man, for a while we thought he was.
No,
Everyone did think he
yeah.
was. Yeah.
So he had fluid in his heart, like it
In the
was pretty
sac around his heart.
congestive heart failure, essentially. And we'd be fine. He'd be teaching, and all of a sudden you just see his face go white, and all of a sudden he would just be like,
I got to sit down.
"I gotta sit down." He'd be like, "You guys just study." Like, and wouldn't he'd just be sitting at his desk, like leaned over, like Jesus Christ,
Super
man.
young
Like,
guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was only in his 30s.
Yeah, he was early 30s, like 31, 32.
Super fit.
That's
You know, he ran.
terrible.
He coached track and field.
Yeah.
And
He has a bad heart.
so-
What is he doing?
yeah. So remember, there was this huge
Cocaine
ice
in
storm?
college, Luke. What do you mean?
There was like this huge
Cocaine's a
ice
hell of a drug.
storm that happened like 6 years ago, maybe. A huge ice storm. Like no one could drive. The whole streets were covered in complete like inches of ice. I remember I was driving home from Penn Station because I was running that one over in Delhi, and I was driving around, and I drove a truck, so I had limited mobility in this area. And
How
I
old were
turned a
you?
corner. I don't know, like 23,
Okay,
24.
okay.
Old enough.
I was thinking about the ice storm that happened in like 2007.
Yeah,
like, wait a
no, it was
second.
09 because it was our senior years when we had that big ass.
That was a
Oh, I guess it was
windstorm.
afterwards. It was
No, that was my sophomore year when we had the big windstorm.
It had to have been when I was like 23, 24. I don't know.
Okay, anyways.
So I remember I turned a corner and there was like this dip.
You're
at
old
the
as
end of,
fuck,
dude.
I'm
I
just
know.
kidding.
I'm
I'm
about
just kidding.
I turned 28
Keep going.
like next month. What the fuck?
20
I'm on-
anything you're young. If you're 30 anything you're young. Continue your story.
Anyways, so yeah, I guess that's true. So I remember I was turning the corner and there was like this dip of a hill to get over to West 8th Street, which is like up on a hill.
Yeah.
And there was a car parked at the dead bottom with their lights on. And I was turning and I was a good like 70, 80 feet away from this person. I'm turning and I lost control. I was moving at maybe like 5 to 6 miles per hour and I was sliding towards this person down the hill. There was nothing I could do. And I'm just honking and honking and honking. And I tap their car, dude. I fucking tap it. cost $3,000 worth of damage on my car, and like my car was undrivable. They had no scratches on their car whatsoever, and they said, "Oh my god, coffee spilled on me," and they tried to make a big fucking deal of it.
Oh my god!
So I was like, "How the fuck am I?" Even though I'm like, I didn't want to walk home. I could walk home if I needed to, but it would take me hours in this huge ice storm where it's like freezing rain constantly, and there's like so much ice in the ground. It's dangerous. People are wrecking on the road. Guess who the fuck's house I fucking crashed in front of? Mr. Tyranny.
Oh.
And he fucking walked out, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And he realized who I was, and he was like, "Whoa, what? Crazy that we're running into each other." And the motherfucker drove me home.
And then he gave you the new car.
No, but he drove me home in this ice storm, and like his family, you could see the visible concern in his family, like, "Oh, please don't do this." And he's like, "I'm gonna drive him home," and he did that, even though he's a very fragile person nowadays. It was just crazy. He was a good fucking dude.
It was a good dude.
It was a wholesome story, but $3,000 worth of damage really fucking sucked.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Zach,
That lady tried to sue my insurance company too for the coffee.
Fuck her.
Anyways, go on. Sorry.
That bitch.
you work as a mechanic, right?
Yeah.
So like, what's the most ridiculous shit that people have came at you with?
Just rolled in the
being a
shop
mechanic?
like shit.
Oh man, dude.
Like, what's some dumb shit, dude?
Oh, there was a car where their hood latch was broken, and they had a big thick chain holding the hood down to the bumper with the fucking like a big ass padlock holding that down.
Why?
Fucking get your car fixed. Figure it out. I don't fucking know. Like, you're in here for an oil change, but your hood doesn't stay down. Like,
What the fuck?
no. One thing I did see probably a few months ago that was really good was somebody's wipers stopped working, and they had a string tied from one on the
Shut
left
the fuck
wiper,
up, dude. No.
one on the right wiper, and that you do this. And my first question is, who the fuck is steering? Like, if
Oh,
you're
like it was manual? Like
yeah, they had a
fucking use their
string,
hand?
and you would go like this. You would pull this way, and you go like that.
My,
And I'm
While
like-
you're driving, oh my god, you're driving with your knees while you're using your hands.
Yeah.
Like that's how you gotta do it.
Dude, fucking 10 out of 10 for ingenuity, but still, like, what the fuck?
my uncle had a beater ass truck he was telling me about that was the exact same thing where the windshield wipers didn't work, so he's attaching fishing line. He's got them tied together so that when he
Some
pull,
redneck
he's got it
fuckery
run through
MacGyver.
the fucking, like, he's got hooks that he drilled into his ceiling so that he could pull it down
And
and,
you know
move
what?
the
And
wiper
That's so
blade.
much more
And
work
the
than
fucking,
just paying
yeah,
for
the
it.
time and money that you spent doing that, just get your shit fixed. Like,
I mean, how much would a motor cost to get that? It would probably be less than $100 fucking
no,
dollars.
they're fucking expensive.
They are fucking expensive.
Well, yeah. I mean, because you got to think, if you're paying a mechanic, you're paying for the guy who wrote your car up, you're paying for the mechanic, and then you're not only paying for the mechanic, because we don't get as much as you would think. You're paying for our fucking tool bill that fixes your car. Because I don't know if you've
Your
ever
tools
been
are
on,
expensive.
you ever been on a professional,
Yeah,
like,
warhead.
yeah, a fucking professional tool truck. I mean, there's screwdrivers that are $200, like, depending on what you need. Like, it's crazy.
Have you ever ran into some super unethical mechanics? I'm sure we all know what we're talking. What
Well,
what I
there's
mean,
definitely
like the
mechanics that are
dudes that you come
assholes.
in for, like, I've got a flat. Can you patch my tire? And they're like, we can't patch it, even though you could have patched it. And then fucking like, we're gonna actually need to get a new tire. The rim looks like it's got some damn. And then they
I'll
just
tell
start
you-
looking for some
Yeah,
shit
I'll
wanna
tell
hear
you
some
that
a
isn't wrong.
fucking cringy dude. I won't say the dealership. I will say it's a Chevy dealership.
Tell us
Don't
off
go
air.
there.
What's the dealership?
I'm not gonna-
Don't say it, dude.
Off
I'm just
air,
fucking
off
with
air.
it.
But he's an old head. It's not the one I work at now. Like, this is where I
Where do you work?
So,
No, just
yeah.
don't tell me. I'm just
Fucking,
kidding.
no, I'm not. No, fuck you.
What's your boss's name?
Eat shit.
Let's see if he wants to join the group.
Oh, God. No.
Talk about it.
Go on, seriously.
But no, like, he was a real shiesty mechanic. And he... So I don't know how... If you know how flat rate works for mechanics. Like,
Like
each
certain,
job
like
pays
minimum,
a
shop
job.
minimum.
no, but like a...
You don't get paid by the hour. You get paid by the shit that you
by the job and
accomplish.
how long it takes to
labor?
do the job. Yeah, the labor hours. What he would do is say your head gaskets were leaking. One was leaking. He would sell both because you usually do both together. But if only one was leaking, instead of just fucking doing the other side, he would throw that one in the garbage can, let you roll in your old one. So he did half the job, got paid for the full amount. Dude turned 100 hours a week. How the fuck do you do that? Most mechanics don't turn 100 hours a week.
Because
We
he's
turn
doing
around
shystery, shitty
between
fucking
40
work.
and 60 is normal. Like, but yeah, he was what we called smoking work. Like, he would sell you a tire rotation, not rotate the fucking tires. Like,
Wait, what? What's the... So the only advantage is you're getting paid for shit that you're not actually doing?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, say, 2 head gaskets pay 8 hours, but technically you only need it 1. And you get paid 8 hours and only put on 4 hours worth of work. So you
Makes
So
sense.
what happened to that dude?
Oh, he's still a master tech at a particular...
Master tech?
Scumbag.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I trust anyone with my vehicle? Can I trust
You can bring
anyone?
it to me. You can bring it to me.
There's
Okay.
plenty of people that are ethical, but we've all heard the stories of people coming in that don't know shit about their car, and it's like, oh, your headlight fluid's
Oh,
low. Let's
yeah,
fill up
so-
your headlight fluid.
Life fluid.
No, honestly, like my sister took me with her to go get her car at the time, and it was just like, they're like, oh, not knowing that I worked on cars at the time, and
Did you just sit back and wait for them to say some bullshit? And let them keep
I
saying
would
it?
listen to it, and like, it was bad. Like I'm like, finally got into it, I'm like, pop the hood, and they popped the hood. I'm like, well, this is leaking, this is leaking, this is leaking. I'm like, you just said you just saw all this fucking work. Well, she got the car a lot cheaper than what, and then I just tore it apart and driveway fixed it for way cheaper.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
The markup's ridiculous.
So what'd you say? Did you like call him out? Like,
Oh, I called him out at the end. I'm like, yo, this is fucking leaking. Like, well, that needs to be fixed. That's not cheap. That's not cheap. Like, what's going on with this little hack job you got going on over here?
I feel like that's probably like the best way to go about it. Like totally throw him out. Like I just got a dash cam, which I'm excited to install. But I'm like, if it ever get in a wreck or something, I'm just not going to tell them that I have that dash cam until like after they give the police report and be like, oh, really? This is what happened.
Oh,
You got
yeah,
into a hit and
absolutely.
run recently. Is
Yeah, I
that what
did get in a
made
hit
you
and-
want to do it?
I've wanted one for a while just because if I ever saw some crazy shit. Because
Well, the
I've-
shit you fucking see on a regular basis driving, I have a dash cam.
yeah, it's
And-
awesome. I
yeah.
can't wait to fucking install it.
It's great.
It's gonna be super cool. But yeah, that's another thing is like someone hit me and they try. I don't know if I ever told the story in the podcast.
Tell it.
Yeah, so some guy, I was driving home and I looked in my rear view as I was slowing down to traffic that went to a sudden stop because there was like a phantom traffic jam. That was basically where there was like a merger, and that's how it starts. It's fucking bullshit. Like someone stopped too much, and it caused like this wave of traffic jam throughout the whole road. So I just look at my rear view all the time, just out of paranoia, because I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what the fuck the other person's doing. So I look behind me and I see this white shitty van coming up to me close, and like I close my eyes, and I'm like, I'm about to get hit. Boom! I got fucking slammed, and my car got hit so hard that it was pushed to the far left, from the far left lane to the far right lane off to the exit.
That's scary.
And
as
I was
fuck.
like, my car's fucked, my car's fucked, my car's so fucked. The van pulls up in front of me, thank God, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Because I only got my car like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago or
It's
some
a Civic,
shit.
right?
Yeah. And I like to take a lot of pride in it because I spent a lot of fucking money on it. And I get out and there's not a scratch in my car. And I'm like, how? I don't know. There's a little tiny mark from where you saw the license plate hit, but I was just like, oh, thank God. Even though I got hit. So
It's a
there's nothing
fucking
I would
Civic. You
yeah.
look at them and they fucking dent. How did you get out of that?
So I was like in a total, I don't know. It was just fucking somehow magical fucking
Mind
luck. I don't know.
powers.
It was weird. It was weird. I thought I got fucking wrecked, dude. I felt that shock. Everything in my car fell out, like all over the place. I got hit hard. But I remember he got out of the car and he walked towards me. He's like, man, you lucky. I don't remember what the fuck he said. He's like, you lucky that like something happened. I don't remember. I feel stupid now. You lucky that I didn't get hurt or some shit. Or I don't call the cops, or yeah, he
What?
said
He
hit you.
Yeah, so he hit me. I'm sorry. This was like months ago now. He came up to me. He's like, "Yeah, you lucky man that I don't call the cops." And I'm like, "You fuck." I wasn't processing shit in my head at the time. I was like so shocked that my car didn't get damaged and I got hit so hard. And I was like, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm all right. You all right? You all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." And I look at the back of my car. I don't see any mess. And as I'm like looking at it and about to take a picture, and I was going to take a picture of his car too, which I should have done immediately as I got hit. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go check on my kid. He's like, you got a fucking kid in your car? Go check if the kid's all right. And he's like, all right, I'll be right back. He walks back to the car, and as I'm about to take a picture of my phone, he's driving off. And I look up and I try to take a picture and focus on it, but it wasn't in time. It was already fucking gone. I'm just like, what the fuck, motherfucker?
Sucks.
So if I have a dash cam now, I can fucking throw that shit in their face. Fuck them.
You know, our donator to 2 months of Lipson, Clint. He
Clint,
was
the
in
fucking man.
a hit and run, and these guys physically assaulted him afterwards.
What the fuck?
happened?
What happened?
So like he was at a light. There was 2 lanes to go forward, but the right lane closes really abruptly past the light. And Clint is a very strong-headed dude, and he knew that they saw that, so he was not going to let them over. They were going to have to slow down and get behind him or speed up and go ahead. So he just kept going, and they slammed him from the side. I forget if he hit a tree or something, but he hit something, and then they got out, and they socked him in the face a couple of times.
Why?
And then they were gone. I don't know.
Because they're probably fucking assholes, don't have insurance. And it blows my mind how many people get in car accidents. Like, almost every person I've gotten in a car accident with is I've never had insurance.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how many motherfuckers are out there without
All
insurance?
of them.
Situations like
All of them.
Fuckload, dude.
I don't
situations
know a
like
single
that,
person
though. That
that
is
doesn't
why I
have
fucking
insurance.
carry
Yeah.
like every day. 'cause
That's
it's
scary,
like,
dude.
You don't know.
I want to
like
carry
my
for this
wife,
particular reason.
My wife even said, she's like, because I was like putting my gun behind my back or whatever the other day, and she's like, "You really need your gun to go to Home Depot?" I'm like, dude, that's
Never
what
know
shit
what's gonna
fucking
happen.
happens is when you're just like, I don't fucking need that, and then the next thing I know, someone's fucking rear-ending me out of my driveway trying to like assault me. Like, fuck no.
Dude, I remember this other time where I was dating someone in high school, and we were on a double date, and I had my arm out the fucking window, and it was dark out. And I moved my arm in for just a second. In that split second, a truck slides up against the car, takes out the rear view mirror or the side mirror, and I'm like, I could have fucking lost my arm for a second.
You got fucking lucky.
I wasn't driving. The girl I was dating at the time was, but the guy in the back's like, he got out of the car, he got her in the back seat, and he just chased after these fuckers. We chased after them, and there was like this truck, and it was like these like short Mexican guys. They came out and they were just like not understanding the situation at all, and like we were about to like fucking beat their ass because I almost fucking lost my arm, dude. It was a split second. It was probably less than a fucking second that I put my arm in, and it slammed in, window wide open, to hear all the scraping as it slammed into the car.
God damn, that's scary as
So
fuck.
they tried to drive off, and I know we got the cops called, and they came and they took care of it. I don't remember everything else that happened. That was like 15 years ago.
You would have had a sweet disability check.
I remember.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
There is one like situation like that where I've actually chased after somebody. It wasn't even my accident. Actually, not far out here on the highway, like right.
It's dangerous out there.
Somebody rear-ended this woman's car, and she had a kid in the back, and somebody else stopped, like to make sure she was okay. And I mean, they were in a van, and they slammed her pretty hard. Like her car was not going anywhere, and they just fucking went around her and kept going. And I'm like, oh shit, like they're leaving. So I just kind of followed them, and I called in to the cops and just told them like, yo, this guy just did a hit and run. Like there's a baby involved, like back at the accident. And he was like, how far are they going? Like, how far out have they gone from the accident? I'm like, oh, never mind, doesn't matter. Their wheel just fell off, and they just like,
They didn't get far at all.
slammed into the median. I was like, all right, yeah, they're done. They're like maybe half a mile from the wreck.
So I saw when I used to work at Extended Stay America, like this hotel down in Sharonville, I have to get off on 75, and it was where 275 and 75 like merged into one highway. So I'm going down into this ramp, and this ramp goes from 2 lanes to 1 lane. There's a fucking semi-truck and like a white Honda or something in front of me. And you could tell this Honda was trying to get in front of the semi-truck before the semi-truck merged, but we're at the very last fucking part, and the semi-truck is already turning into it. So it's like, what are you gonna do, man? He's already merging. Like, you're gonna slide up into the shoulder. And when the truck saw that going on, he fucking spun his wheel around and went up into the fucking into the shoulder. Like, fuck you, dude. You're not like overtaking me right now. And when he did that, the dude crashed into the side of like where the tires first meet and the fucking trailer hits, and like fucked up the whole front of his vehicle. And I was like, damn, that sucks. Well, that's what you get for being a dick, though.
Yeah, what an asshat.
And then this
Like,
dude throws it in reverse, backs up. I just hear him roll the window down, you motherfucker. And then he fucking like spins the wheels and hits it again. And then he backs up and turns back, and then he just keeps slamming his car into the side of the semi truck. Isn't doing shit to the semi at all. Nothing.
Right, like I was gonna say, that's not gonna do anything.
Nothing. And just destroying his own fucking vehicle. And like the dude goes to get out of his car, and then traffic finally clears up, and this fucking semi truck just takes off. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, did a semi truck just get involved in an accident that he's not even about to deal with, this fucking crazy person? Because, like,
Fuck him, I wouldn't either.
yeah, I'd have been like, I'm gone. Nothing happened. You have no proof. Your car is fucking totaled, and you have not even a scrap of paint chips on mine.
I mean, what's crazy about semis is they'll hit you, and they'll hit you fucking hard, and they won't even know that they hit you because they're so up on the ground. Like,
Well,
Simon Raver.
That might have
remember
been
him?
what happened. Yeah, of course.
Simon, when he was on the show, he didn't have a chance to tell this story, but he told me this one time at work when I was working with him. he was driving his car, and it was like some sort of sedan, and some semi fucking hit him and like T-boned him hard to the point where the car is just dragging for miles. Miles. He's sitting in the car while the car is dragging for miles, and it's just scraping on the ground.
Did he think he was going to die the whole
Yeah, he thought he
time?
was going to die the whole time.
Well, you know, in
Car
all
was
honesty,
done.
like I didn't know it was gonna be like for miles and miles, but like a lot of semi drivers are told not to fucking stop. Like you're supposed to. If
Why?
you hit something, you keep
Well, it's
going.
like same with like like if you see an animal on the road. That's what I was saying earlier. But everybody called me a murderer. But you don't fucking try to go out of the way when you see an animal on the road.
Yeah, well,
or
they tell
something.
truck. I know they do especially for truck drivers.
If you're going a certain speed,
something is in front of you, don't try to lock up the brakes because that's how you get overturns. That's how you get chemical spills. That's how you
Jackknife.
roll over. You jackknife.
Other
roll
people
over
gets
other
hurt.
fucking people. Everyone slams into you. If something's in front of you, I'm sorry. That one person, you brake check, you get fucking hit. Like you
who the
don't
fuck
stop
brake checks
until.
a semi? You ever see those fucking?
Shout out
videos?
to Simon Raver there. Check out that episode.
Yeah, check that dude out. He's a cool motherfucker.
What were you gonna say?
As you were saying,
But yeah, no, they're not supposed to stop. Like I mean, if something's in front of them and like
It's
impeding
like
on
stopping
their,
a train.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like a
just
train,
keep
it
fucking
just keeps
going.
going. You'll honk. You're a fucking idiot for getting in the way.
You hit whatever you hit, and then you come to a casual stop when it's safe.
That makes me think of another story when I was driving to work. Speaking of Simon, I was working with him down in Erlanger. And I remember there was like this exit where you go to the street where I worked on from the highway. And it was like 71 South. So it was a really big-ass highway, an active highway. And I remember I was stuck at the end of the fork where basically it went from the highway to the exit. And I remember, and it was dark out, really fucking dark out. I can only see like the lights are going by, you know? And I'm just sitting there waiting to get off, stuck in this traffic as cars are rolling by. And then I hear something like a tin like trash can bumping down, like it was being tossed down a hill, like... And I look behind me, and all I see is the lights behind me. And I see this fucking car that's like a foot or two behind me get slammed by a fucking semi and off to the tree line. They were so close, dude. This happened less than a year ago. They were so close that the sparks, I could see them hit my back windshield.
That shit's nuts.
I was mortifying. It was surreal.
and with how high you were when you were driving, it must have been even crazier.
Yeah,
just
it
to-
might have been crazy. I smoked a lot of weed back then.
My dad told me one of his drunk driving car crash accidents once.
Jesus Christ.
Sounded absolutely catastrophic.
One of
All-
his.
yeah, so him and my mom have told me
Those are
so
keys.
many of his reckless drunk driving accidents. Like they're both shocked he still has his license, as am I.
Or alive.
Alive.
Yeah, that too. Or the people he's hit are alive. Like this one specifically, they were both going down this steep ass hill in Price Hill. I don't remember the name of the road.
Buffalo Ridge, probably.
And he was in a truck, and he fucking just followed her down this road, and just like rear-ended her, and the road veers left, but he just fucking, since he was on her and behind her, just took her right off the road.
Oh,
Under
God.
the
They
tree
hit it-
line.
Through a tree line, but there's a stop sign leading from a side road in the way, and when they hit it, it went through her windshield, nearly took her arm off, went through her back windshield, through his windshield, and it landed right next to him, next to his head. He woke up after the accident. He didn't know what happened.
Forget his license. How the fuck is he alive?
Well,
don't
I mean, when
understand.
you-
Oh,
When
that's not
when you
that's
know
not
an
even
addict,
counting
yeah.
like his construction accidents or his like normal accidents as a teenager. Like he's fallen off a bridge, but like I have an actual picture of him as if he was a cartoon in a full body cast, leg up in the air and everything.
Isn't your dad like some big, tall, super jack dude that looks nothing like he never like?
Yeah, he doesn't look like me at all.
complete opposite of Luke.
Yeah, he's like 6 foot something. He's tan. He's got black hair, and he's really muscular for a 50-something-year-old man.
And life was just like, nah, ginger, 5'9".
Was your mom talking to the mailman? Like, what the fuck happened?
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to like change the subject, but I just like looked at the tabs. What the fuck am I seeing on the internet? Nurse pulls
Well, let's
head off.
fucking
Oh,
check
yeah,
it
let's
out,
get
man.
into
Let's
it.
dive into our other.
Okay, so let's get into like the really
Topics.
fucked up shit. So this is one thing I wanted to fucking talk about. I have not read this yet.
Is that?
Yeah. So the title of this article is "Nurse Pulled Baby's Head Off During Birth, Leaving It Inside Mom's Womb, Then Hiding Body." Okay.
First of all, fucking
What?
how?
Yeah. Fucking what? Let's go ahead and
Did
read
she
the
have?
article.
Did she have her feet up, like one foot on the mom's pussy,
Yanking it?
No,
and,
that's
like,
what-
by the ankle she's just tugging and pulling
Regard-
this fucking baby out?
You
Like
know,
how?
that's what I don't fucking understand. Because honestly, because it says it's alleged a nurse pulled too hard while assisting. First of all, this is a fucking human, and it's not. I'm sorry, whether it's a baby or not. I mean, human flesh is human flesh. Like it doesn't. has a lot of give. You really fucking tugging on this thing. Like, does she
I
have
mean,
acrylics on? Like, really? Like,
digging in
Yeah,
like
like-
claws, just
Right,
like
like, what the
severing
fuck?
flesh.
They're probably
How
putting a
hard are you
legend because
pulling?
she hasn't been convicted or something yet.
It would be very
No,
interesting.
of course that's why they put it. But he's saying like, how fucking hard would she have had to pull to like rip human flesh? You
Like,
can't
that's-
just
I mean,
just
how
tear
hard
skin that
pull,
fucking
yeah. I
easily.
mean, regardless if you're a baby, you're not pulling your skin.
I'm
She's
thinking
stiff,
like, how hard do you is it to take a baby
Here's-
out? Like, I mean, I understand there's like ripping and stuff.
Here's the part I'm having
but-
trouble with though.
more ripping on the mom's side, I feel like, than the baby.
More so than that. Okay, it's a baby. I get it. Maybe like the pussy's really tight and she ripped the head, body of the
She's
baby
clenching.
apart. Maybe that's what happened.
Lay off the
But
fucking
here's the
kegels, bro.
here's the part that's freaking me out. Fatally injuring the newborn and hiding the body. What'd she do? She had the bleeding, like the baby's bleeding fucking head shooting
What
all
happens?
over the pregnant
they're
mom.
like,
no,
and then
you
she's
didn't
like,
read the article?
Yeah,
and
they're
then
like,
throws it
is
into
that my
the
baby?
trash
Scroll
can.
down.
Yeah.
Let's
Guys,
read the article.
Let's read the article because we're getting too deep. Okay, so I'm kind of curious, like, how the fuck do you even try to hide
It gets
it's fuck?
really fucking nuts, Patrick.
It's fucky? All right.
A nurse delivering a baby pulled its head off and then hid the body, according to reports. Horrific allegations say the nurse had pulled too hard during a foot-first birth and ended up holding the decapitated torso of the
Jesus
baby
fucking
during the
Christ.
botched birth in India. Of course it was in India. The
India,
baby's
man.
head was left trapped inside, still inside the womb, while the nurse held the decapitated torso in his hands. It is alleged that he then hid the body of the baby and sent the mother off to another hospital, saying there had been a problem and she needed further treatment. Oh
A
my
fucking
fucking
problem.
god!
How do you get away with that?
The paper said the nurse pulled at a fetus so hard while attempting to deliver the baby that it broke into two parts.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
It went on to say that the nurse and a colleague deposited the lower part of the fetus in the hospital's mortuary and asked the family to take the woman to... Yeah, I don't know the name of that town. The Times said medics at Umed Hospital in Yordpur, I don't know how to fucking
Whatever,
pronounce
it's a
these
town. Carried
Indian
out-
cities,
yeah.
carried out an operation to remove what they thought would be the placenta. So the doctors later found the fetus's head still in the womb. Medics informed the woman's relatives about the horrific discovery. Man, that's
how do you
dark.
even tell people, like,
I wouldn't,
is that murder?
I
Was that
wouldn't-
considered murder?
I wouldn't absolutely.
Do you think that's murder, like delivering a baby? And
I
it
don't
gets
think he.
clenched?
I fucking hope he didn't. fucking
Because
mean
he
to do
tried
that.
to
But
hide
he tried to
it,
hide
yeah.
it. That's,
Yeah, that's
fucking.
murder. That's
Because he
murder.
tried to hide it? Yes.
You fucking.
They're like, oh my
psycho.
god, is that my baby? They're like, nah, don't worry about
Don't-
that. That's,
don't-
that's
that was
just
here.
nothing.
That's test dummy.
No, if I understand it, he said that that's the placenta. He said like, no, this is a placenta,
Well, you-
and went to go put the baby's body in the mortuary.
Yeah, no, we definitely
like-
covering up. It almost makes me wonder, like, you know, in all honesty, like, yeah, I don't think you could really, literally pull that fucking hard. It almost makes me wonder if there is some more to it, like it's a botched, like, pregnancy. I mean, what if, because if it's coming out foot first, that's already a fucking problem.
You already fucked it up. Yeah,
You already fucked that
it's
up.
a breech
The
birth.
umbilical cord could
Does
have been
this
wrapped
person
around
have
its
a
throat.
fucking doctorate? Or, like, did they even go to fucking school? Did they?
Who the fuck
watch
knows?
any
Babies come out with
television?
feet growing out of their foreheads there. Like, there's all kinds of fucked up shit.
Could you imagine though having to be the doctor that like gets the X-rays at the said forwarded hospital and then like having to tell them what the fuck like they just came in for? Like, I don't know. I'm
why they get
sorry,
paid
man.
the
Like,
big
I don't
bucks.
know how to tell you this, but all I found was like
The head.
the head just floating around inside of you like an eyeball in a jar.
It's
Yeah,
still
they're
there.
just like, all right, ma'am, we're gonna look at your scans here, and you're like, yo, what the fuck,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
man, your shit's all fucked up down there.
That is fucking catastrophic.
Yeah, that's terrible.
God, is there any more to the article?
I don't know. Let's keep going down.
Look at that fucking place. That looks
there
like
is.
First of all, can we scroll up for just a second? The building looks like a fucking urgent care.
It's like a converted Walgreens that they put
Yeah,
a
it
wheelchair
literally looks
around.
like that would be your pharmacy pickup right there.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
like a
Fuck.
radiation leak, and they all had to evacuate here to give birth.
yeah, it's
feet
a
first,
it's a
my ass.
hospital slash subway. All right, it says.
All right, let's do the rest.
I want to say the poor woman's
Mother
name.
identified as blah blah
blah,
blah,
blah, blah.
is now fighting for her life in blah 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 hospital, and a criminal case has been registered against the two. It's two people,
Whoa.
two male nurses. Blah
The
blah
police
blah.
are
blah,
yet
blah,
to
blah.
arrest them. These people aren't in fucking jail yet. Get the fuck out of here, India. Come on. Get it together. Arrest these motherfuckers. They killed a baby and then they tried to hide the body and you're like, I don't know if we should arrest them yet. Arrest them, you fucking psychos.
How did they?
Well,
I want to
even
know
then,
how
like-
they hid the body. Like, I wish. There was
Read
more-
this part. Tilak alleged that the nurses at the Ramgarh Center were drunk.
All right, so you know
God
how
damn.
okay.
Pop that head off. I'm like,
And the cops are still scratching their beards.
That
like,
makes
I don't
more
know
s-
if we should arrest him yet. I
That
don't
does
know.
make more sense though. I mean, you ever realize you don't understand your own strength when you're drunk?
no, fuck,
like,
man, right?
So
You
yeah,
just
they
kinda
could
do it.
really been tugging there.
You ever drunk
Yeah,
as a nurse at a
yanking.
hospital and you're giving birth to a lady's baby and then you pull his head off? I mean, I understand. I completely relate
Yeah,
to what this guy.
we've all been there.
Tequila's
Especially
a hell of
drunk.
a drink. So.
God,
That's fucking
fucking
funny.
damn.
Damn, that is a good break point because you have to take your phone call.
Showtime Luke's got a
Yeah.
big call. That's a great time to tell everybody about our wonderful sponsor, Kneel to No One or Anthony Take Mansfield. That's where we get these fucking dope beer glasses that we're drinking Coors Light out of, like fucking Americans.
Fucking
They've got these
America.
dope ass Kneel to No One on the front, the logo for his company, and on the back you've got Hop Thulu, which is Cthulhu with a hop beard. He's got other samurai sifter glasses, 16 ounces coming out. They look like fucking glass goblets. They've got these dope samurais with swords on them. Again, the Kneel to No One print. It's a limited 144 glasses, so limited
He's coming
run.
out.
Get them as soon as you can. I don't know
He's
if
coming
they're
next
out.
week. He's coming next week with him.
And he'll be on the podcast next week. This is going to be fucking tremendous. He's got a live show coming up. Check that out. It'll be in Dayton, Ohio. We'll be up there podcasting March, I believe, 8th, but don't quote me on that shit. He's got really cool t-shirts. Pat's wearing his right now. Show it to the camera, Pat. Kneel to No One Cincinnati. It's the Motorhead logo, and it's a hop on there. He's got all kinds of cool shirts like that, stickers, fucking dope-ass glassware that you can get. He's a phenomenal artist. If you want to get any commission work from him, that's kneeltonoone.com, KNEELTONOONE. And also, before we go to break, please join us at the first Bastard Bash on Saturday, February 2nd at 8 p.m. at Arcade Legacy in Northside.
Yeah.
That's if you just go down Hamilton Avenue until you get to Spring Grove, right there next to
It's kind of by the
Maxwell's.
White Castle. It's pretty close to that.
Yeah. If you're
Yeah.
familiar with the Northside area at all, if not, just fucking throw
Google
that shit into Google. Yeah, you'll
it's
find it right away.
Arcade Legacy Bar Edition. Just Google that and you'll find it.
Fuck,
We'll
figure
be
it
there
out.
at 8 p.m. On February 2nd, and it's gonna be a fucking banger. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. We're just showing up, and God forbid
We're not
people-
planning this shit
yeah.
out. I'll bring some podcast equipment. Maybe we'll sit outside and drunkenly have a conversation on the mics. Maybe we'll put it out. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. And
All right, maybe we'll just get really fucking drunk and party.
there's no plan. Just show up,
Yeah,
get
just show
drunk,
up.
have drinks with us. I'll fucking
Be a bastard.
I'll be a disaster like always, and we'll have a good fucking
Yeah.
time, kids.
I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Hell
Sweet.
yeah, Zach. Can't wait to see you there, buddy. Anything else we need to plug or promote before we take our first break?
No, I'm good.
All right, we'll be
Yeah, thank
back. All right, we're back, and we want to get right into Zach's art because Zach is a phenomenal airbrush artist and painter.
Thank you.
And he actually, without me knowing, without Pat telling us, he made these fucking really cool coasters. Hold those
We've
coasters up to the camera real quick, just so that the people
So-
on YouTube can see what you made.
I'm not going to take full credit because that's my painting, but my sister made the coaster. So
Dude, we've been using these since the beginning of the podcast.
you actually, because
I
remember
use them.
you came to the fucking festival
yeah.
we were at and bought them from us. So.
I've been staring at these coasters for fucking ever. I just thought that he bought them at some I don't know, just a store because they're like really legit quality coasters. And you said you don't make these things anymore,
No, I mean, if you want, I could tell my sister.
dude. They're
She'll be
fucking
back.
tight. You should keep doing them.
They're cool, dude.
Promote them
Thanks,
more.
man.
But you
I've
started.
used them almost all the time since I bought them. Yeah, I came just to support the art because I was like, dude, this is so cool that I know someone else that I grew up with that's actually going out there and doing something with their passions. So I was like totally down to come and just like support just to go buy something. It was a good time.
Yeah, I was
Super fucking cool that you do that shit,
I was
dude.
happy seeing you there.
Yeah. Not to suck your dick or anything.
But so you just no, pull it out. He wants to suck your dick on camera.
Present
Dude,
it.
let's see your dick.
Dude, it's mediocre at best. I mean,
But then I'll know what it looks like.
just like
But I'll know what
But
it
I'll know what it
looks
looks like.
and that's what matters.
That's what matters.
So it starts as a full size painting that you did as a commission. Is this on canvas or is it on?
yeah, that one's on canvas actually. So yeah, it starts out as a full size painting, and then pretty much take a picture of that painting, cut it down, figure out the right aspect ratio
What inspired you?
for that.
Yep.
That one's commissioned. So
That
somebody
was
said they
commissioned?
wanted jellyfish, and they wanted water bubbles, and they wanted deep sea colors. So
I was
Out of-
gonna say because we were talking about showing your dick. This main jellyfish right here is
He looks
very
like a penis
dick-like.
head.
Yeah, doesn't it? I mean, we got Shaft, Clearly, the face of it is at us. It's circumcised too. You know, we got fucking.
It's got the dick slit.
Look at all the dick army behind him.
It's got the head, the base of it. You know, the back of the helmet.
The
is
pee
farther
hole
down.
is white.
Hole, it's electrified.
Little pre-cum probably
Fucking
because
bop.
it's shining in the light of the ocean.
This is a fucking cock jellyfish.
And all little eggs are going towards. Look at them.
I love
They're
it.
going towards the eggs.
And on
I
the
love it.
And
So
on the-
I will say, out of all your art, though, I think this one, color-wise, is just phenomenal because you really nailed the light and the surface of the water and how it reflects through these creatures and how the colors in the actual jellyfish are a little bit darker compared to the rest, so you can tell the difference. I think you knocked this one out of the park. This
Honestly,
one's fantastic.
That
It's
was
great.
my first time ever using that color green, and it has become like my favorite color. I have literally like 5 bottles of just that one color that are not open that I'm just like, I'm gonna find the right thing for it.
No, you. This one looks great. It
Appreciate
looks
it, man.
legit. That's for sure. But also like the water stuff. When I see people do like actual physical water, like you do, like water droplets, I think that shit's crazy because it's so realistic looking, and that's what makes it so crazy. It's like
Well,
I can't tell if it's a painting or not. I can't tell.
So, for example, actually, real quick, if you go to that painting on the left, top left, that is water droplets, and that is actually made with real water droplets.
How do you? What's
Yeah,
the
how does
process
this
of
work?
making something with real water droplets?
That so you spray water, and then you'll spray a dark from like you do parallel with the painting. You spray a dark from the bottom and a light from the top, and then put it under a heat lamp, and the water will sink and evaporate to the page, and it'll leave an outline of the water. And then I did like the transparent, that same color, that green color I was experimenting with.
So wait,
I did
you
like
spray dark first, and then you put the water on there, and then you spray
No,
white.
so yeah, you would do like I'm trying to think. No, actually, I think that was just white. And then I did I sprayed a dark navy from the bottom, and then I did a light seafoam green color from the top, and then let it absorb. And then I went over it with the seafoam color, but transparent. I added a transparent base to it, so it would like bring out the colors underneath it too. So.
This looks like it's so realistic looking. It's hard to tell that it's even painted on there with the airbrush. And I'm looking at it, and it looks like an extreme close up of like a condensation on a can of soda or something.
It also looks like a really dope asteroid field.
You figured out a way to like trace water. It's pretty cool.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's super
it's again, YouTube's a wonderful fucking place where you can learn a lot of different techniques for different shit. So.
And then you said you had a story about this painting specifically.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, that's
Drugs.
that is the story behind it. Because I don't do drugs actually.
Liar.
I drink beer and I drink beer and smoke cigs, so I do drugs. But that was a commission painting for somebody we went to school with. Trying to think here. Do you remember Jake Cortis? He was in and out of rehab.
Yeah.
I made that for him. He wanted a trippy painting to stare at and get fucked up too. So I made him that.
Do it in this one.
I made that for him, and then he said he wanted a set of coasters to match it. So my sister and me took a picture. We cropped out, and it was just that little guy in the middle. And he actually OD'd and died
What
the day before the coasters made it to his house. And he was texting me an hour or two before it happened, like, I fucking love this painting. And
Dude, that's kind of surreal.
yeah, I offered to buy the painting back.
Now this picture would trip me out.
Yeah, trip anyone out.
Before I was like, this picture wouldn't trip me out that much for real if I was on some heavy acid. But now that I know that story, and if I was left alone with this portrait, I would definitely
Left
go
alone with it.
someplace.
What was he doing when he died? Was it like heroin or something?
I know what he got a batch of the fentanyl shit, so
Gotcha.
I probably was heroin at the time because that was when people were starting to OD because they thought they were doing fucking heroin and they were doing fentanyl.
So he was getting fucked up to this painting. He was like, "Give me a painting that I can do drugs and just stare at."
Well, he's like, I want something really trippy I can just fucking check out.
And he probably died watching this painting that you painted
That's-
for him.
Yeah, it fucked me up a little bit. I'm just like, damn, dude, like, what the
You were
fuck?
one of the last things he thought about.
Right.
That's
well,
so fucked up.
Not
We're probably
me.
bringing
He
these
thought
thoughts
about
you never
fucking
thought of onto your head.
shroomy. I just like to think he thought about the fucking shroom dude smoking a joint on the bench. But
Now, one thing that I do notice is that it appears that he shit his little overalls here because it's darker at the bottom.
it's
And
called shading. It's
you
shading.
No. I believe this is where the shroom guy actually shit his pants.
This
from tripping
is
balls to
where
him.
Poop Walker started.
Yeah.
He's about to poop walk somewhere.
That's his name.
Do you use physical brushes for anything, or is it all just like airbrush? How do you do? Like, what's your
The
technique?
planets were airbrushing. The mountains, that was just acrylic. So, I mean, airbrushing paint most of the time, unless you're doing like automotive painting, which I use that paint too as well. But that's all acrylic. It's just diluted acrylic, essentially. But yeah, like the mountains were just hand brushed and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll kind of mix it up.
When you dilute your acrylic, are you using a like some type of acrylic thinning base, or do you just use water?
So it depends on what texture I'm going for. Like I actually, for like the Pennywise painting we can look at later or whatever, I actually diluted that with floor wax.
Why floor wax?
Because it gives it a flat but semi-gloss and grainy texture. So
And you could just dump that into your machine and
you just
everything will
mix
be
it with the
fine?
paint. It's fine. It actually makes it not be as much of a pain in the ass to clean it. But yeah,
That looks awesome.
great.
thanks guys.
And you get that sheen to it, like that from floor wax?
Well, you'll get like it's like a semi-gloss from floor wax. And then I actually go over them with like a varnish at the very end.
I really like the depth in this, like the corner of this guy's eye here. Like you can see the curvature of the eyeball, but you can also see the depth of like the corner of the eye.
My favorite of this whole fucking painting is his forehead and his hair. That's
Yeah.
like some hair porn right
The
there.
shadow on his forehead really sticks out.
Yep.
The hair porn though.
Also,
Dude, the hair-
fucking
I didn't think of
Skarsgård
that.
murdered it as
Yeah, he
Pennywise.
did.
God,
he really
yeah.
did.
How do you do this fine white lines that you're doing inside the hair?
Scratching. And take
What do you mean by
literally
s-
like take a razor blade and scratch the paint off. You do really light. Starts out like super light layers.
Is this
and
on a
then
board or on a canvas?
that's on gesso board.
Okay,
So-
can you do the scratching technique on a canvas?
Yeah, you can.
And it won't fuck up the fibers that are woven into the thing?
Honestly, it's just painful to your fucking ears. Scratching canvas is awful sounding.
Gotcha.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
But it...
Yeah, it's bad.
So you can use that to get fine white lines on anything that you're doing black and white work on.
Yeah, you can use. I mean, honestly, like airbrushing itself, that's maybe like 15% of the work. The rest is like finding what you can use in your surroundings to create textures. Erasers work, like the highlights on like his little like whatever the fuck the thing is on the clown suit, like the fluffy part.
The
Like,
thing around
that's-
his neck.
Yeah, that's all like eraser, and then erasing away, adding in a dark to create depth, but then erasing some of the dark away to create a highlight. And
And the dark that you're adding is just with a paintbrush?
no, that's with airbrush.
Okay.
Like, yeah, most of it like you add in the paint with the airbrush, but you're literally using different like knives, erasers, stuff to create textures. Like,
But the nose and like all this, you couldn't have painted that with an airbrush, could you?
you could, yeah.
Did you?
You could. No, I did hand paint that.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking. I
I
mean, I'm
hand
sure that
painted-
if you got enough skill, you could
I
do it.
did
but-
hand paint like his, because I wanted that pure black color. I did hand paint like his paint markings around his eyes, but like his lip was airbrushed.
Yeah, I can see the difference. It almost looks like an indie ink here, and
Yeah.
indie ink on the markings, and then like just airbrush acrylic right there. It's a really good fucking painting, man. If you
Yeah,
guys
it
want
is.
to check this out, listeners, go to Zack, Zack Gerke, Gerke Art, Art on Instagram, all one word, and you'll be able to check out all of his cool ass fucking paintings and stuff like that.
he does more than just painting, which I think is really cool about it, is that he also does like a lot of carpentry work that I've noticed, at least from what I follow online. You built this whole workbench to work on shit
Oh yeah.
from scratch, and that was pretty nuts. Like, go into that a bit. How'd you get into like, carpentry? Like, were you just like, fuck it, I don't want to pay someone to do it, I just learn it myself?
Well, I don't know. Like, you could say it starts there, or it could start with apparently the story that my parents reminded me of that I told them when I was a kid. You know that like stage in your life when you're a kid where you're talking fluently but you don't remember anything, like your memories aren't forming yet.
Sure.
I
Right now.
apparently
I know what you mean.
Right
told
now.
my parents in the previous life that I was a carpenter, and I had a house, and I had a wife, and I had a kid, and 2 dogs, and I died in a car accident. And it's like, well, I've got the wife, I've got the house, I'm doing the woodworking, and I said I drove like an SUV or a van or something. It's like, well, I got the CRV, I just don't have the kid yet.
Right.
But like,
Don't fucking die, dude.
dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, fuck, am I living my previous life? Like, fuck me. But no, and that you could say it started there, or you could say I'm tired of buying fucking shitty, cheap IKEA shit that lasts 2 years. You put something down without a coaster and it bubbles. And I see the stuff my grandparents grew up with that was made by their parents and their parents' parents that last generations upon generations. It's like,
Sure.
let's fucking bring that back. Like, so I started like 4 years ago, built my first coffee table for us, and it's just like a heavy fucking duty, like, will last. No, that's a different one, but
You also made that light.
I made that light too, yeah, on that table. But yeah, like, I don't know, just getting into like wanting stuff that I can say like, oh, I didn't just go buy that, like I made that, like that's
got
mine,
sentimental value.
will last forever. Yeah, it should be that. Yeah, that one down there, I think is.
This one right here?
Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't know if we could see your carpentry pictures through here.
Yeah, that's my. I think that's my. Yeah, it's Facebook, so it should be under. Sometimes I make things or something like that.
Okay. I
But-
grew up around all this shit too. So like my dad was he did woodworking. He'd make like entertainment centers and bookshelves. He built me a bed. I mean, he built himself a bed, bedroom sets, fucking everything. Redid our whole kitchen. Like I know what you mean. Like it's really cool to see all this shit, and then you notice how cheap quality other shit that you might buy at a store is. Like you said, you just bubbles up or it breaks, and you can see it's made out of particle board. Like
Right.
my dad had a passion about it. Like he had found this wood that like these beetles had crawled through, and they shit out this like red berry concoction or whatever.
Creates a grayish color.
Well, it actually created red stripes through these boards, and he got it sent to a processing plant, got boards made out of it, and then turned it into this really cool fucking bathroom set for our bathroom and shit like that, and refinished like the kitchens with all these like he's telling me about the hardware that he's installing in the drawers and about how like it's not just on like a little rack, it's on these fucking I don't know. He died when I was young, so I don't remember a lot of it, but growing up around it, it was all really interesting shit. So I could see how you'd want to get into something like that.
Yeah, and it's I don't even know, like I'm just one of them people, like if I really I get bored easy for one.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I overdo myself with hobbies. Like right now, I'm taking a hiatus from airbrushing because I've been woodworking and all that stuff. But like, I don't know. Like I'm one of the people like, rather than rely on somebody else, at the end of the day, the only person you can really rely on is yourself. So it's like, I try to learn as much as I can, whether it's about. No, I'm good. Learn about as many things as I can, whether it's art. One thing that's a passion of mine. Like woodworking is another passion. I mean. Mechanic, because I love cars. I like tearing things down. I did IT. I like learning about electronics, stuff like that. It's just like, I don't know. That's where it all kind of spawns for me, is I just get real bored and want to learn something new. So
It's super cool. That workbench you built was fucking crazy.
Thanks, man.
Tell me how how that process went. Talk about this workbench you made, because it's really is something. It's gigantic.
I started buying tools, and I bought like the big saws and all that, and realized I don't have anywhere to set them. And so I built this giant table that's a flip top workbench. So you could, one side's completely flat and you can do whatever you want. And you take the bars out of it and you flip it. And on the other side would be a saw. So you could use this saw for now, flip it back under, go to the other side, flip the other saw up, and
Seems like a lot of
crazy as shit,
engineering
yeah.
work that you got to put into
Again, I'm not going to take 100% credit for it, because YouTube gives you great ideas if you watch other people and how they figure their stuff out. It's like, well, that would be perfect for like my house. So, but like, yeah, you look. It's not like I got to hurt the person's exact dimensions or anything like that. It's like, oh well, that will work. Let me do my own size. And unfortunately, I did mine too big where it won't fit out of my fucking basement. So it's
like,
stuck
good luck
down
moving
there.
it.
Like if I sell the house, the table stays with it.
Mm-hmm.
But.
So, speaking of passions and whatnot, you used to be pretty into skateboarding, and for what I remember, you were really fucking good. Tell me about that shit. Tell me, why'd you quit?
I got a car.
You got a car?
Yeah, I got a car. Honestly, yeah, between getting a car and not having to skateboard everywhere, but then also starting college, shit like that, I'd start taking school seriously. Unfortunately, I didn't take high school as serious, but yeah, wanting to focus on a career. I mean, you know how it is. You get older.
No, that makes sense.
Shit changes.
Unless you're taking skateboarding seriously to become a professional, you're definitely just gonna forget about it.
Luke
Yeah,
used to
that
skateboard
makes
too,
I
right?
still don't.
Yeah.
I don't completely forget about it. I mean, I have a board. I always make sure
I
I have
a
a board.
brand new Habitat board.
Right, that's what I mean. Like I always
Fresh
have
wheels and trucks, but I still haven't used it.
I'll have that board, and every once in a while, like if it's nice out, like go out in front. Me and Luke have game skate, something like that. But and then honestly, like found out how small the world is. One of the older guys I work with actually knows people I skated with, and he goes to a warehouse downtown that's like a kind of like under the radar thing. And he was like, "Oh, you should come down there and skate." And it's like, well, shit, like that does sound actually fun. Your Siamese creepy cat's coming up on the mountain.
She loves guests. She loves guests. She loves Luke. It's really weird.
Really?
Yeah. But so I remember I sucked at skateboarding. I was so fucking bad. I tried so hard, but I just could not get. I could hardly ollie and land it. But I remember one time I did a manual down my driveway, and there was a car driving by, and I fucking slipped, and the board went under the car. Cleared through it, and I lift my legs up just in time for that car not to fucking run over my legs, and they got out like, "What the fuck are you doing, you fucking idiot?" I stopped then.
People suck. Like,
Just-
they'll never understand skateboarding.
My very first day entering the skateboard world, I got this super beat up hand-me-down, like no image on the bottom board, right? Thankfully, they were super bros. It was awesome. We were done like that. Like for the day, they were done showing me some shit, and I'm on my way home, and I'm on Coleraine, and I'm right out front of Graders, and I fucking I try to ollie over this like parking curb, like one of those cement blocks.
Yeah.
Obviously, can't do it. Goes horribly wrong. Fall, kick the board straight out into Coleraine Ave.
Ruined the board you just got for free.
Gone.
SUV rolled it right
damn.
over it, snapped it in half. I just pulled it out. I was like, oh, dang. I just walked home with the broken board.
Dude,
I pretty much got out of skateboarding as soon as I got into it because my brother turned out to be like a really good like skateboarder and
Jacob
shit.
is
Yeah.
was a really good skateboarder.
Yeah, he was a
man.
really fucking solid like street skater and shit. Like that.
Yeah.
He's not a vert skater at all, but like really good street skater. And I started getting it, and he's my little brother, so like he's doing fucking crazy shit to me, but he's like a kid. He's like 11 or something, and I'm 14, or maybe 13, and he's 10, whatever the fuck. And he's doing like he's starting to figure out how to do like kick flips and heel flips and shit. I'm still barely being able to ollie and keep moving, but I could get around on a skateboard.
That's so casual.
Yeah, I used to ride around on a bike a lot, and I as soon as skateboards came around, I was like, this is way fucking cooler than some stupid ass bike. And I'm in like 7th grade, and like I figured out how to like ride it around. I could stay on it and maybe do an ollie, and might kick the board straight out and fall back. And like every time I tried to do a kick flip or a heel flip, I'd fuck it up and I couldn't land it or whatever. But that's like where my level was at, and I was starting to get like kind of a feel for it. Like all my friends are doing it. It was like the cool thing to do. And then we're riding down the street right by my house on a skateboard, me and my brother, and we're trying to go down to whatever the local spot was. It was like IGA or some shit, to where all the fucking little Coleraine hood rat skate kids would fucking hang out and drink Mountain Dew and like try to fucking kill themselves jumping off these old truck docks and shit. And Jacob's little nerdy friend from down the street, Ryan, was riding a bike because he no matter how much we showed him how to ride a skateboard, he just couldn't stand on it without falling and busting his head every time. So finally he's got his fucking bike, probably still on training wheels and shit like that. And we're going down the street, and he just fucking out of nowhere eats shit. We're not doing anything. There's no cars coming. Nothing
Hit a
happens.
rock.
He's
Fucking
the one
rocks
on
will
a
get you.
rock, dude. He hit a rock.
no. He's on a bike. He's on a
Oh.
fucking bike.
Oh,
There's
shit.
no fucking excuse then.
And he eats shit, and he jumps off the bike and saves himself. He like tumbles and he's fine. And the bike hits my skateboard, and like the wheel takes the board, and then I lost my balance and I fell over. My left side, like I grabbed the handlebar, and my left side full body weight hits on my ribs, and on impact I like felt some pain, and I got up and I was like, and I breathed in, and as soon as I breathed in, I felt like my lung collapse, and I felt 2 of my ribs go inside, and like kind of like you could feel the bones scrape against each other as they came in. And I was like, oh fuck. And then like there was they all stopped. I mean, Ryan's over in the fucking in the grass. He had just somersaulted to his safety in the grass, and he's fine. He's like, you okay, dude? I'm like, I'm not fucking okay. And my brother like stopped and like turned around like, are you good? And I was like, fuck, like because I could feel like I couldn't breathe because my left lung had collapsed completely, and my ribs had been all fucked up. And there was this neighbor family outside, and they were talking like all their kids are outside and shit, and they're covering their kids' ears and like, can you not talk like this? We've got children out here.
Like,
and I was like,
motherfucker.
fuck your children, fuck your whole family. I hope they all fucking die. And then I fall over. Like I probably didn't didn't have to fall over, but I was in so much fucking pain, and I'm just on the ground like crying. I'm up the street from my house. My brother and Ryan run up to the house to go get my fucking mom, and the neighbor are pulling their kids in, just like shame fingering me and shit, and like trying to pull their kids in like their kids just witnessed a rape occur or something traumatic. Like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Well, the skateboarding's dangerous.
My mom realized like I was fucked up, and then they sent me to the hospital, and I was fucked.
Do you remember
after that I was like, no more skateboards. Fuck skateboards.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Keep going.
Do you remember the show Scarred?
Yeah.
So I
No
knew a
surprise
guy
that we're
I
on
knew
it.
a couple people that.
Yeah,
were
I
on
knew
it.
someone on there too, and he actually got fucked up at Delhi Skate Park. So what happened to him is he did a kickflip, and the board caught, like, I guess he got it, landed on awkwardly, and the board came up, and I guess since it was so
got gouged.
jagged, he got this whole nose, almost all the flesh on his nose ripped up off of his face, and he had to get like 265 stitches.
Barf.
Yeah, it was like Jake something. I wish I remembered his fucking
I knew
last name. You
Devin
might know.
on there.
Devin
Abner.
Yeah,
His-
yeah.
Actually, like, I need to link up with him and hang out with him soon. But
So
Barf.
fuck that shit though. But fucking Jacoby from what was the band? Papa Roach hosting that show.
That was so funny though.
Jacoby.
I mean, cut my life into pieces.
Cut my life into
that our
pieces.
viewers
Sorry, I had it paused and didn't think that it was just gonna pull it up.
Oh no! Now
Wow,
it's time to
Cody.
play it, dude.
Now you have to.
It was fine. I was trying to find.
Let's hear that classic intro. We'll all remember it. Be nostalgic.
do not send in any home footage of themselves or others attempting stunts.
You got
We
a
will not
Papa
open or
Roach.
view any submissions, so don't waste your time.
Cut my life into pieces. This is the.
This show was fucking great though. Do you remember the fucking episode of the guy who was doing a grind? He did like a 50-50 or something. There was like some jagged part of the railing.
Ruined his nuts forever.
Oh, he sliced his nuts open. He held
Yeah.
his
I
nutsack in
remember
his
that.
hand, and he had to
God.
drive home. He had to drive to the hospital. The
Look at
motherfucker
this.
had to drive.
Let's watch a quick little.
Yeah.
These people get just like slaughtered.
oh, that
his leg got
fucking leg,
fucked.
though, dude. Snap.
Oh Jesus.
You know what's crazy though? Like, in all honesty, like, I don't understand when people break bones like that skateboarding. They just
Get back the fuck on it.
No, I don't understand. Cause like I feel like as you learn to skateboard,
You learn to fall.
you learn to fall and fucking roll, and not like if you're falling forward, you don't put a limb out past its extension point in front of you because it's gonna bend back away. You don't. I mean, I learned. I fucking broke my ankles like three times each, but still,
Skateboarding?
like, yeah, but like shit like that where
Like, how does
you
that shit
break like your
happen?
tibia or your fibia, something like that, a femur, anything like that. It's like, what the? Either you just have really shitty bones,
Or you're a
you're
fucking
just
idiot.
uncoordinated as fuck. Like, I don't get it.
What happened to you when you broke your ankles?
Dude, I mean, fucking
I want to hear some painful shit.
just stupid shit. Like games of skate, and we're on flat ground, and I just fucking like land with my toes down, and it twists, and I sit down on it. Like,
Goddamn.
dumb shit.
How pissed do you get when you find out you're like, fuck, I can't skate for...
What? No, I mean, it's one of the
More
things
like,
where it's like,
my bones are broken. Please fix me.
no, it's not even like, I grew up in the fucking
ghetto.
We didn't have fucking health insurance like that, and then we went to the hospital. Like,
You can go to the hospital for your broken ankle?
Facts.
no.
Really?
I know they were fucking broken because I literally had a baseball coming off my ankle and it wouldn't move and it was
I never
locked.
went to the hospital for any of my broken fingers. I broke like
Yeah.
all my
Seriously?
fingers.
Yeah, I
Never.
got my pinky.
No,
broke.
Why? Why
Look
the
at my
fuck not?
pinky. You see this
I guess you
pinky's
guys are
all
fine.
wrecked and shit. Like
Yeah.
I broke all my
Like
fucking
that
hand.
knuckles all fucked up. You don't need.
I
I
only
didn't
went
know
to the,
people did that.
I went to the hospital because of my broken arm because I needed surgery and it was horrible, and fucking my ribs, like my lung was collapsed. I had to stick a needle in my chest and reinflate my lung. You have to go to the hospital for
Yeah,
that.
and I mean, I broke my kneecap and I couldn't walk for 3 weeks. So yeah, I went to the hospital for that.
Yeah.
Like,
But other than it's got to be serious. To
Yeah,
go. You
I
can't
mean,
just
but
fucking.
most
It's a
shit-
broken bone.
most
How do you know it's
shit
gonna heal?
heals on its own.
I've never got
It heals
stitches
on its own.
before, and I've needed them. Like
One
I've got
time-
this gnarly scar on my
Growing
wrist.
up poor.
Growing up poor.
One time I watched the Monsters Inside Me show, and I don't know if you ever fucking watched that.
What is that?
Monsters
about
Inside
parasites.
Me, parasites and bugs and like infections.
Like tapeworms
It
and
makes
shit?
you want to
Yeah.
vomit.
Well, we were.
Sounds great. I'm
We
in.
had
Barf.
just watched that, and then I was walking down in the basement, and this is that like 2-family that we had rented a while ago, and walking through the basement in the dark, And
Jesus, Luke.
that was
Fuck.
the loudest fucking crunch
He
ever.
did it on purpose. I saw him. He pulled the
That's made me
Dorito
think
Blaze
of-
out, and then he stuck it in his mouth, and he looked at like direct eye contact, and he was like, crunch.
That's like a broken bone right there. There he's going.
Yeah, I fucking was walking through the basement and I stepped on something after watching something about fucking bugs and shit like that. What I thought was a fucking spider or something, and I freaked out and kicked my foot to kick it off with the bottom of it.
fucking idiot.
Well, I kicked the fucking plaster wall and broke 2 fucking toes. It was a fucking leaf. I stepped on a leaf.
I bet you felt like a real asshole.
Wow.
Well, no, I was
You're
not,
like, well, my toes are broken now, so. That's
and
Spiders
you
are
know,
my
and in
worst
all honesty,
nightmare.
like, should I have went and got it placed? Probably. It didn't bend for a year and a half, but it bends now. It's fine
was
now.
worth it.
Weird.
It figured itself out.
You probably got shards of broken bone in you, and if
I
you
do
just,
on my
like,
ankles.
It was completely worth it though, because had it been a spider, you would have been glad you did it.
Yeah, oh for sure. Fuck spiders.
I
man.
fucking hate spiders so hard. I remember when I first got told about the brown recluse.
Oh, God.
Scary
damn.
big motherfuckers.
Changed my life. I was told about it.
Do you really want to announce to our fans that you have a fear that they can exploit right now?
I want them to
have
do
fun,
it.
Luke.
Show us some fucking terrible spider shit. You know what
No,
really fucks
fucking
me up?
don't do that. Don't listen to Luke. I don't want to see any terrifying spider shit.
I
Fuck
do.
you
Do it.
guys.
Are you
Do it.
exploiting that you're
Serious fuck,
scared of
though?
spiders too?
I hate it. I hate
You know
them.
what's really
Fucking
scared?
hate 'em.
Fuck
Have
'em.
you ever seen a video
horrible.
of tarantulas fucking molting,
Nope,
bro?
because
Yeah,
I can't
that's
watch.
freaky.
I can't watch videos.
I
of
didn't
tarantulas.
know
Freaky.
that was a thing until like a year ago.
Look it up. Let's look it up right now.
I can't
Look.
watch it.
Dude,
Oh,
that-
makes me barf. Makes me barf so
Look it up.
hard.
Look it up, you
Shit
pussy.
like that don't
Why
bother me.
look it
I don't
up?
get grossed out by a lot of stuff. You know what really does fucking gross me out though? Whoever the fuck it is posting those blackhead videos on your damn
Oh, I
Facebook.
hate pimple
I
popping.
fucking want to puke.
Barf.
I did watch
go
one.
to the Facebook page because I posted one of his cow that had this huge like strawberry milkshake looking pus coming out the side of it. I have
That's
to-
the
I
thing
have
with a
to-
bomb.
It's
Wait,
fucking
was it
nasty.
the one thing? Like no, like
cattle.
there was one where the cattle they had like the bodflies. There was like mass bodflies and they were
No,
squeezing those out.
Those
Like,
are fucking nasty though.
those don't bother me, but
That
those
thing made me
fucking
wanna
digging in there and
vomit
pulling
that
this
dog.
dark string out of your ear, shit. What's this fucking?
They put fucking Randy in the White House.
President Trump had like some people come to the White House and he fed them all fucking fast food.
And he bragged about
you
it.
serious?
Yeah, dude, he did. So
That's
that was
fucking hilarious.
Big Dick bragged about it on Twitter. He put in parentheses, I paid.
He paid
yeah.
for fucking
wow, congrats.
25,000 McChickens. Like,
This dude is fucking
Oh my
comical.
god.
Shout out to
going
everyone
up.
who's participating on the Bastard Servant
I will once
Facebook
I
group.
figure it
It's-
out. I just creep.
You guys
currently.
are the greatest.
I posted it today.
You
But
said keep scrolling. That's why. I
yeah,
keep-
it keeps scrolling up.
Oh well, I started at the top.
Right there.
There it is.
Yeah.
This video fucked me up. I clicked
What
on
the fuck, bro?
Oh my god!
So
All right,
explain
Set it
what's
up.
happening.
it's a bull at a. It looks like a bull in a bullpen. Oh my god! Can we just start?
So
Can we
yeah,
not
Oh
fucking
my
do this?
god damn it! All right, so there's a hump like a camel on its back,
Oh
Watch
my
this.
and it's
God.
been pierced, and it's shooting out brown. I guess this is where you
strawberry milk.
That's where we
it
get
looks like.
chocolate milk from.
super pus.
It's mega. Like you can see on the back of this thing, these giant fucking cysts that are.
I was gonna
just
say, are they
filled with
fucking
piss.
cysts? Like, what the fuck's going on here,
Listeners,
man?
when I
It's a
hit
bad bug
play,
bite.
the sound of that waterfall is this fucking pus-filled hump being sprayed out onto the ground. All
Let's
right,
hear it.
I'm gonna hit play.
Play it for a while.
Vomit.
Oh my, what the fuck, bro? Like, how is it still alive? Is my question. He's probably like,
so
oh my
much.
god, that's so much better.
Yeah, that
like a
probably
hose.
is super relieving. Actually,
God damn!
Oh, I
you
bet
can't
it's
even
weird.
see it like really going down.
It's still
though.
fucking
Pulsating.
going.
How do you get like a pus-filled hump like that?
You fucking feed
That's-
these animals terrible,
scrolling.
terrible things.
Fucking yeah,
and you
all
don't
the.
take
Go
care
minute.
of them.
Yeah, you know that's what like really. I wonder what happened to the owner. Like, why did you let it fucking get to that
Yeah,
point?
exactly.
Prick.
And that you can see they're all over its back too.
My dog got the
By the
smallest.
end of the video, it's the some sort of doctor in robes
to the
or
end of
whatever. He puts in another tab, so there's two streams.
Do it. Let's see it. We're here. Let's do it.
Dude.
See what?
By
Go
the-
30 seconds in.
Yeah, skip a
30
little
seconds
farther. Some
More.
like,
30 seconds in.
More 30. Another
yeah, right
Oh,
there, right there.
oh, God.
Actually, yeah, this guy starts.
Oh, he's gonna hit another pus hump.
Yeah.
No, there's two of them. Yeah, you can see the other hump on his
Yeah,
back.
he's finger blasting the hole.
Oh, so he's trying to get to the.
Oh,
Oh, what the fuck,
Dude,
man?
he's digging in there. Fuck.
Dude, people who work with like cattle farmers, you guys are real men. Real men. Dude, that's so fucking.
Can you imagine the
I was
smell?
about to say.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
an abscess, dude.
It's
It's just
mildewy,
rotting, pussy, fucking milky, nasty
Look at his
splooge
face right now. He's
in a
like,
hump.
What I
and this
imagine-
fucking thing has been going for like 2 minutes. Like you could, if you piss for 2 minutes, you'd be like, "What the fuck? Like this is the biggest piss I've taken
You
all
ever
week."
smelled someone's
all
gauged
week.
ear? Someone's
All week.
gauged ear or plug?
Yes.
That's probably what I'm picturing this smelling like, but like.
oh
really,
yeah, that is a really
pungent.
nasty smell too, dude.
It's rotting
Smells
flesh.
like fucking dirty vagine.
Dirty vagine.
We'll see how bad it gets. This dude's got orange gloves on, but like a shirt.
That means
Just a
he
t-shirt.
fucking means business though.
He's in there, just handling it.
What the? Quit
Like-
fucking finger blasting it, dude. Oh, that's so.
You can see
fucked.
the cow moving around because it's like, just get it out.
It's probably super relieved,
Yeah.
like you guys said.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
What is this?
No,
Check it
That
out.
looks
Check it
real
out.
fucking cringy.
What is this?
I don't know.
Pimple
but I
stuff,
wanna
fucking
see.
stuff.
Oh man, what is that?
Is that
Hold
fucking
on a
porn?
second.
Is that planter's wart? The fuck?
I don't know, but it's a whole patch of cheese on somebody's leg. Oh, Luke, look, they've got a fish hook and they're
Ew,
digging into
dude,
it.
fucking, it's something like a dentistry tool.
That almost looks just like fucking a callus that just didn't want to be there.
Super barf all over myself.
There's
You
like a
have to watch
scab
it.
thing. It looks like somebody melted white cheese to somebody's leg.
That doesn't bother me. That
they're
yeah.
opening
Would
it
you
up.
rather drink a glass of strawberry milk from a pus filled, you know what I'm talking about, the strawberry milk pus? Or would you rather eat a bowl of
It is a
fucking
planter's wart.
callus-
You're right.
What is it?
or planter's
Is it a
wart?
planter's wart? Yep.
Yep, it
Would
says
you
it's
eat
a planter's
planter's
wart.
I have
chips?
one. I have one on my foot, right
Ew.
in the exact same spot.
Is this on their foot?
Dude, this is fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
Just
that's like
take it out.
fucking. Mine's
Oh my
not like
God.
that, dude. Mine's like a fucking pinhole. Like that's like some grated
Dude,
cheese shit. What
This
the
is
fuck?
disgusting.
Luke, take a look. Look,
Look, you need to watch this because
it's important.
I like the scalpel part.
That's where we
to
get
it.
Parmesan cheese, the one in the can, not
Say
the
when.
good stuff. But
Say when.
this is what they're scraping on your salads and your pastas at Olive Garden.
Yep.
Yeah, get that.
It's
get-
that
I don't
salad's so.
fuck with Olive Garden, so that doesn't mess with me.
Olive Garden, but
The unlimited salad, so good.
Don't fuck with it. Can't. It doesn't have a whole
To be
lot
honest,
of red meat. So
I thought this was gonna be way worse than it was.
No, that didn't. That
Wasn't
didn't
that
fucking
bad.
bother me.
Yeah,
Hey,
fine.
So, have you ever had like something gross like that happen to you? Have you ever gross fucking health issues that you feel like talking
gross
about?
health issues.
You feel like talking about in the air?
You ever get a zit like next to the base of your dick and you gotta pop that motherfucker? Like that shit hurts.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nothing
No.
serious.
Never?
What? You need to go to the doctor.
You never popped. a
You've
zit
never had
and
an
it just
ingrown
squirts on,
hair
like-
by your.
On my dick? No.
Do you
You
have
never had
hair down
ingrown
there?
hair?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have hair
And you never
down
shaved
there.
it and got a fucking
Yeah.
ingrown
Do
hair
you
pimple?
not? If you don't shave, you're not going to get them.
Yeah, I shave.
Fucking happens.
What?
all-
Well, then what
Zach is
fucking
looking-
grade A grooming do you go to? You fucking lather it up and then you fucking. I don't do all that. I just
Baby
fucking
oil.
shave
I
it
just
that-
shave that shit in the shower with water.
Yeah,
my dude.
and then I
And
get a
that's
fucking
how
ingrown.
you get your fucking issues, my guy.
I don't have
No.
time for all that.
I know. I gotta get this shit done. Like I'm not even shaving everything. I'm just getting the hairs off the shaft and the balls. Like I like a nice
little
smooth,
manscaping.
like a nice
Keep it
smooth
trim.
egg bag, and
Yeah.
that's it.
It's nothing to make it
Yeah.
look bigger, you know?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you gotta do the
want a fucking
sunrise.
ecosystem.
Right.
The sunrise over the shaft. That way it looks like you got more shaft than you do, but you don't,
But you asked me any gross things.
What?
You
because
said,
we're white.
you said, do I have any gross things?
Yeah.
I mean, what, apart from shitting my fucking pants in the cubicle? Like,
Patrick, you've never had a dick pimple before? Hold on a
No,
second.
I
'cause
totally have. Yeah, those are totally
Luke,
real
you're
things.
you're the minority here.
He's
What
the
are you
fucking
talking about?
Hold on,
saint.
hold on. Let me just say this: if you
fuck
haven't
have you
had
never
one,
got
you're a
one?
liar. You're a
Yeah,
liar.
you've
You're not
had-
a man.
or you just didn't pop it and you didn't know
Unless
it was
you wash
there.
yourself so much that your skin is just like flaky and dry as fuck.
No.
I don't believe you.
I bet you it's like
I don't
shredded
believe you.
Parmesan.
I wanna hear from
So
listeners.
much
Like,
dandruff.
I don't
Jeez.
think this is like an actual normal occurring thing that people need to
Three
deal with
dudes in a
daily.
room
Yeah.
just told you
How
that it's a
often-
normal
minority.
thing.
How
Have
often
you ever-
are you popping pimples on your dick?
Oh, I don't know.
Not on the fucking dick.
It's
First
not
of
on
all,
the
if
head
it was
of my
on
cock,
my
Luke.
fucking
Yeah.
Around the base.
like anywhere
Anytime
where the
I
hair
shave
grows.
it and
Yeah.
it fucking
I get
grows
at
back
least
in.
one. At least one.
You've never got this?
It happens. I can't even think of like how often. I mean, I'm an Italian guy, so I get a lot of hair. So I feel like it happens to everyone. It happens to everyone, dude.
Yeah.
I can't say I've had an ingrown hair.
Well, fucking all hail you for not
Wow.
having normal shit.
You use lotion, dude?
I do have normal shits. I don't have catastrophic shits like he fucking does.
Yeah, it was one time.
My shits
never
are
let
quick
it go.
too. I'm very different when it comes to my body, apparently.
And
Yeah,
all you do is
apparently.
eat Reese's eggs, Arnold Palmer's, and fucking steak, and then you eat mushrooms and acid 4 times a week, and you're like, nah, I poop fine. Like, I wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I only wish I
don't
could
have any
eat
DUIs.
Last night I
mushrooms
pooped a
and
fucking tree
acid.
that talked to me, but then again I took fucking mushrooms, so who knows?
I wish I could take psychedelics that often.
Dude, you know what's crazy about Zach? Not to segue, but I'm gonna do it. You had a fucking pet raccoon.
What?
I had many pet raccoons.
How does
wanna
that
fucking-
happen? I've always wanted to know.
Let's hear about this shit.
Oh, dude, they're fucking awesome.
How
They're
did
like
you get into it?
asshole dogs is what they are. So my dad worked in the apartment complex as a maintenance man, and a lot of times raccoons would get into the building and then they'd go up into the rafters and they would have babies. Well, a lot of times he'd get a call, oh, hey, raccoon's in the building, sets up a trap, traps it. A few days later, you hear babies crying. And, well, we just released the mom outside. Now we have fucking babies up there. We didn't know we're up there.
Right.
And we would bring them home. And when they're... First of all, I'll start with, a lot of people are like, oh, what about fucking rabies? First of all, that's one of the last wild animals you have to worry about getting rabies from. Bats, squirrels, shit like that. Yeah, maybe. Possums,
carry it.
raccoons, they do, but not as often.
Bats are way scarier for it. If you get bit by a bat, get a rabies shot, you're probably going to get rabies and die. But
Right.
raccoons still carry it.
They carry it, but there's signs and symptoms you can look for. I don't remember what they are, but there's things you can look for at early ages to let you know if they have them. But anyway, backtracking there. So the raccoons, when they open their eyes, whoever they see first or whatever they see first, what they consider like their parent. So if it's you, they're not going to have any aggression towards you. So my mom, my dad, and me both had one. They all opened their eyes to us. So it was literally like having a little dog. Like, it would follow you around everywhere.
Can you potty train them?
Yeah, they'll go outside and go potty.
But if they had if you had company over, were they fucking dicks to your company that came over? Or anything?
They weren't like you would. It's the same as like how you go up and see a fucking dog. I mean, most people don't really. Obviously, you've seen Hank. You don't just fucking walk up to Hank and just
No,
oh,
growl at you.
lovey-dovey. He's a
jump
fucking
up.
dickhead.
Yeah,
he's
an
got
asshole.
He's got some fucking problems. It's like, consider a raccoon a dog with problems. Like, something that's crazy though is they have more nerve endings per square inch of their hand than you do in your entire body.
Why?
Yeah, they
Don't,
have.
so if
That's
you ever notice
nuts.
they act like they're blind. Like if you watch videos, they'll like look away and be touching something. That's more how they see them physically.
Yeah.
So like they'll take their food, they'll touch it, feel it.
They'll wash their food.
They'll wash their food, then they'll eat it. They like jewelry, shiny stuff, so they'll like literally like grab your
touching it,
chain,
yeah.
touch it, feel it, try to take it off and play with it. Like, it's fucking weird. It's awesome though.
How intelligent are they?
They're very intelligent. They're very smart animals.
Can you teach them tricks and shit?
Like, I mean, mine knew how to sit. I didn't do much with the training
That sounds cute.
stuff, but like,
Sit.
he's a cool little dude.
What happened
Like,
to him?
Well, I mean, once they get to a certain age, they're no longer
Your pet?
your pet. Their instincts start to kick in. They want to be alone. They want to be out in the wilderness. So what we ended up doing was like we would release them in like a park somewhere. We would smuggle them into the park. Fucking illegal shit here. You can't-
Yeah.
But like smuggle them into a park and release them. But we did go back a few days after I released like the one I was super close to, and I called his name, and he actually came to. You could hear him scruffling in the trees and the way off in the distance. It was like 3 or 4 days later. Scruffling in the trees, came down and ran back up to me like nothing happened. Came over and said hi, and just ran back into the woods. And
They ever
Right.
bite you?
That's cool.
ever bite me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucking hurts.
Like make you bleed?
No. But they kind of, it's like one of the things, like if your dog's playing with you, it might bite you, but it knows not to bite
It
too
knows
hard.
enough pressure
yeah, it knows,
to administer.
like, hey, quit fucking around, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to, like, hurt you. But, like, the thing is, too, you see raccoons out in the wilderness and stuff, they're kind of small. If you feed a fucking raccoon 3 meals a day, consecutively good meals, those things get to the size of a small dog, 30, 40 pounds.
That's intimidating. You're
But they're-
outside, this fucking thing's hissing at you.
They're more coordinated than the dog, though. Like, they'll grab you, and, like, mine used to always like to, like, rustle. And I'd be sleeping, and this thing's, like, on top of me trying to choke me out type shit. But it's interesting. It's
Just
really
doing
crazy.
leg drops on you and crazy shit.
Do you have any like funny stories of like things they've done that's like fucked with you? I don't know. I feel like they would take jewelry and shit. Kinda
Yeah,
like
well,
a weasel or
I mean,
something.
I got a story about my mom and a raccoon and my dad's raccoon. My dad, it's not funny. It's fucked up, but it's funny. My dad's raccoon liked beer, and he would get into the empty beer cans,
Sorry to
and he
sound
got
fucked
drunk
up.
one time and climbed up on the roof, fell off, and died.
Oh, it sucks.
Wow, yeah, that's fucked up.
Seems like a fitting in for an alcoholic raccoon, though.
My mom, she let hers out to go to the bathroom, and then went inside, came out, and called for it.
Eagle swooped down and killed it.
No, she called for the raccoon to come in, and they have like a weird like purring noise they do. So you would do that noise that would bring them. Well, raccoon comes up to her, she picks it up, realizes it's not her fucking raccoon, and
It's
it's
a
not
wild
my
one?
raccoon. It's a fucking wild raccoon that responded to her purr, and she's holding it and fucking
Oh,
puts
no.
it back down like, oh shit, like that's not mine.
That's fucking crazy.
And then when she put it down, and it hissed and growled.
You know how scary that
Like,
would have
oh,
been?
fuck.
You
Yeah,
just
like
Picked up
almost
a
got
wild
your
animal.
goddamn face clawed
Right.
off.
What?
Oh
Right,
my
like-
god. That's scary as fuck. The raccoon just let her pick it up. It was probably like, bitch, are you serious?
It probably, when he was getting picked up,
Did
he
you
was probably
just
like,
strong
wait a
arm
minute.
me up? It's probably in shock and terror, and then it sat it back down. Like, all right,
what?
now it's time to get all big ball raccoons. So
It's
I can
crazy
run away.
though. They don't like hiss or anything. They bark. They actually bark like dogs when they're really. If
Can you
you
look
really
it up?
want to piss
Look
a
it up.
raccoon up,
Look up
raccoons bark.
Raccoon barks, because I'm curious what that sounds like. Have you ever seen a shaved, like a raccoon without hair? They look like little pink pandas.
You want to hear?
Which
Here we
something?
go.
The
Like
fuck?
that?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's very dog-like.
What a weird noise.
That's fucking intimidating.
But if you hear that, it means you should fucking stop what
Yeah.
you're doing because
It's about to fuck you
Yeah.
up.
You know, now that we're talking about animals and weird sounds, I once saw this a couple years ago.
We're almost out of time, so this might be our last story.
You can look this up and hear the audio clip. They used the vocal cords in this dead monkey to see if it had the capabilities of human speech, and they were actually able to use the vocal cords to make it say
Fuck
human
up.
words.
That
That's
sounds
fucked.
creepy as fuck.
It's
That's some
the-
Planet of the Apes
the
type
audio
shit.
Ugh.
the audio clip of it is fucking terrifying. So
wanna hear
like
it.
once you hear it, you then try to imagine that whole race of monkeys like having
Speaking.
human speak. Yeah, and it's unnerving.
Is it? Have you ever seen like Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Is
Like
it
it's
this
just
one right
really-
here?
Yeah, that's the picture that was up for the audio clip that I had seen.
Dude, this is about to make me want to vomit out of creepiness.
They could
I
have,
think
Right.
I think they make it say "I love you."
Fuck that, dude. That's worse. Why do you gotta say cute shit?
what
There's-
the fuck is
it's
this?
Skip that
something
skip the
nice
survey.
Like that.
Alright.
Oh
Did you
my
just give my computer a fucking virus?
I might have.
You better download that malware.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Video
There you
starting
go.
for blah.
Alright, it's about to creep me the fuck out.
It's coming, listeners. We're getting there. Is it playing?
Virus.
It's coming from the UK, dude.
The
It's
virus
not UK.
link is about to rape Pat's computer and leave it crying in a shower.
Shitting itself.
Yeah, ad. That's an ad. Oh,
Son of a bitch.
here it is. Oh, will you marry me? That's it.
That's fucking horrifying.
That's it.
Dude,
Slowed
it makes
down. The higher pitched is what it's really sound like. This is it.
That's
Oh
That's
my God.
nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
I can't get it to stop.
Will
so
you
I'm just
marry
turning
me?
it That
Can
is
it say like pizza pie or something that make me not think of nightmares tonight?
right. Could you not do a demon voice and ask me to marry you? Like,
Yeah.
Now, can you
fuck.
imagine those little fucks running around all speaking like that? Like a raspy ass Vader?
Oh my god. It would be horrifying. That is nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel. Oh, what were those?
That is
Wanna talk about those real quick?
unnerving.
What were what?
Let's go to this real quick. Let's talk about crazy fucking shit though, right before we get off. Just 'cause
Guy
that's
buys
interesting.
parachute.
So I've been seeing a lot of other videos.
Oh no! The
Yeah.
caption on Reddit is guy Guys buys parachute on eBay and decide to test it by jumping from his balcony. And sure enough, they're on a balcony. Oh, God.
I hope they realize they just need
damn.
a certain amount of fucking
So,
height before they
Your
open
head's
up all the way.
spinning. Oh no.
So the audio
Absolutely sold it.
audio is really loud, so turn that off. And
It's
also,
off.
he doesn't jump until like the last 30 seconds. So this dude, he bought a fucking parachute off eBay, obviously, and he's sitting on the outside of his balcony, and it's
Sorry.
fucking high as shit.
Okay, so he's going for the
His
plunge.
kids are crying in the background.
Oh, my God. What are you doing, man?
But he did it. He was successful.
It was fine.
Yeah. But this other video,
You fucking dickhead.
Oh, I totally thought this man was gonna eat shit and die.
I did too. You ever watch
unexpected.
Faces of Death, the VHS box set?
It's all mostly fake.
I know, but still, like that would be something you'd see on there, except
Go to
it
the
wouldn't
top
open
left.
up.
so
All right, this one is guy jumps off the 11th floor of a cruise ship.
Do you know? Have you ever seen the size of a cruise ship, like in person?
Yeah, they're fucking huge.
They're the size of a fucking building.
I went
on
to
the
a
side.
I went to a wedding on one.
If you jump 110 fucking feet into the ground, which is what 11
gonna
stories
die.
is, into water, it's the same as concrete.
Yeah.
50 feet is concrete. 25 feet will break your legs. It blows your mind. The
Fucking
pressure.
unbelievable. And he's gonna
If you
jump.
land wrong, because
Yeah.
White Rock, I go cliff jumping there all
Well,
the
this
time.
dude's
and
dead for sure. Let's see what happens. He dies, right?
No.
What else the fuck could happen?
No.
He's gonna die.
No.
There's no. You don't live.
No.
Do you know how far he fucking?
No,
you
he
don't see it.
jumps and in the comments, someone says he swims away, and they have a link to it. where
Where's the
he's
full
completely
video?
Fine.
All right, he
Dude.
jumps.
That's fucking madness, though, because if the water hits you at the certain angle, it could go up your asshole and fuck your organs up. Or-
He doesn't even fall good. He just he doesn't
yeah, what
dive into the water.
ass hat? Why wouldn't you do a
I don't
pencil
think
or
that's.
something?
Is that 11 stories for sure? Did he fall? He fell for a while, my guy.
Well, so like White Rock's got like the highest I think
He
is their
did.
40 foot, and you count 4
Okay.
seconds before you hit. Like
That's
it's,
scary.
Dude, it says that he
I
was,
did a gainer off of it.
it shows him moving, but did he swim away just fine?
Or did he just?
Yeah, it
splatter?
looked like he was swimming away fine.
Fucking
What
send
an
it.
ass! Dollar sign. Dollar sign.
I mean, what a stupid fuck. I can't imagine fucking trying to do that.
What about rapper John James or something like that? He would do crazy stunts while he rapped. This
Really?
dude, yeah, and he was doing a stunt where he was gonna hang off of a plane's wing
Before you
and
close
wrap
this one
it,
out.
and he fucking fell off and died.
Oh, don't look yet.
So can we just appreciate Reddit in people's fucking comments?
It's the best thing on the internet.
I'd throw the camera operator over the fucking railing. God, dude. Shit fucking comments are the best thing.
Is this it, Luke?
Yeah, this is.
Oh
the
wait,
guy.
didn't he die?
They don't have the
fucking died.
video, but yeah, he fucking died. They don't have the video of him dying, but yeah.
No, but I remember reading about this like a couple weeks ago, and I was blown away. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's what you. I mean,
So I saw a video showing all of his like Snapchats the day of the stunt, and literally every other clip is like, "Oh man, we forgot this," or "Man, it was almost canceled because of that," or "I almost forgot this." Like everything in the world was telling this guy, "Hey, don't do this. Don't rap
There's him
hanging
dying.
off the
Crazy.
side of a plane."
They have a video of him dying.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's right there.
I
Get
didn't
this
think he
shit
was
off.
out.
Watch. You can see the whole video. I don't know why. I couldn't clear out of those boxes. They're just there. He's hanging out the side of this plane.
that's
no safety
moments before-
equipment.
So wait, how
But
did
that
he,
looked intended.
how
And then
did
he
he
falls.
die? Well, it was for the music video. Remember?
Why
he was
can't-
trying to do it for the music video.
Maybe his parachute didn't deploy?
That's what it looks like happened.
See, look right there.
No, it did.
Yeah, see.
How the fuck did he die? Just get harpooned by a... But I mean, that looked like some thick fucking shrub.
Well, it's YouTube.
says
but you think
John
they're really
James
gonna put the
Murray-
snuff film on YouTube?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they put
They sneak by every now and then, but this has 84,000 hits.
That's crazy though.
That is fucking crazy.
It says, John James Murray, a 34-year-old rapper from Canada, fell to his death while performing a stunt for a music video in British Columbia. According to the Canadian press, McMurray was rapping the Motherfucking fuck these websites. God damn, I hate these fucking websites. Performing stunt for a music video in British Columbia. According to Canadian press, McMurray was rapping on the wing of an airplane when things went awry. As John got further out onto the wing of the plane, it caused a small Cessna to go down a downward spiral that the pilot couldn't correct. His management team said in a statement, John held onto the wing until it was too late, and by the time he let go, he didn't have time to pull his chute. He impacted and died instantly. So the video we watched wasn't
him jumping.
Yeah.
That was somebody.
Well, I figured that much.
Well, damn. What a way to end.
Can you imagine that, though? Like, in my head, they're flying fine. He walks out, spiral. He's fucking holding on to the wing as it spins out of control. And then as they're coming to the ground, he gets flung off, smacks ground, douche, dead.
Splattered.
Yep.
Curb flat.
Well, rest in peace, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We've done like 2 hours and 20, and I got pissed like a racehorse. Are we done?
Yeah,
we're
it's time
good.
to wrap this episode up, motherfucker.
Zach, thanks for coming on, man.
No
It was a lot of
problem.
fucking
It was a
fun,
great
man.
time chatting with you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
You
me.
should come back on sometime.
For sure.
Seriously.
You
Good fucking time. Where can we follow you, or where do you want people to follow you?
can go to my Facebook, Zack Gerke Art, or you can go to my Instagram, Zack Gerke Art. So.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks for coming by. As always, check out Neil or No One, Shit Talking Cunts, Between the Covers, all the motherfucking shit. The Bastard Bash, February 2nd at Arcade Legacy Bar Edition.
Be
Look
there.
that shit up. It's going to be wild. You get to hang out with us, and we'll fucking take a mystery shot for $3. Let's fucking do it. What else, guys?
I know I've been talking about doing it in January for so long, but I think on our 52nd episode, our year-long anniversary of the Bastard Sermon, will be the date that we drop the opening of the Bastard Network. We'll have a listing of all the shows that are involved with us.
Fuck yeah, boy.
Stay
Big
tuned.
shit.
Hell
And
yeah.
Luke, is you and your dog's wedding actually public, or is this not going to
Yeah,
be?
you're going to put a live
No, it's a
episode?
private affair. It's only friends and
All right.
family.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to announce it then. All right, well that's everything, folks. See you next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Peace.
Mansfield.